like we always do about this time, bitch.
Everybody watching tonight. So I tell you what, if you can't find Ennis tonight, you're in the wrong business. We control us. We run this. And anybody coming in our house, they get dealt with. Respect is earned. Respect is never given. It's better to be respected than liked. The hell with being liked.
I'll fucking wait. Who wanna debate? Straight, let me cook. Fish frying while season and marinate. Every season, it's no reasoning, just unanimous decision. Smash the noti bell, and thanks to all subscriptions. Mama brutality, stop fouling me, I'm goated. Body shots got them folding. Every word they can quote it. Smoking bud, watching bud, smoke these niggas Mayweather with the defense, nothing short of genius. High step into the end zone like prime time, point me to the limelight. Mic check, it's my time. The pod god every time I deliver. You're now tuned in to GOAT Thriller. I'm here to stay, all the chatter, y'all can dead it. Let's start the show. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I said it. Dinging on them. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
I'm the best ever. There's never been
fucking
anybody.
wait.
I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart.
Yeah, I said it. Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every last one of y'all hit that like or dislike button.
I'm focused, man.
And please don't forget to put some mother effing Coach K, Duke, full court pressure on those sub buttons if you're new to both of my YouTube channels. And please don't forget to ring those noti bells so you can be notified via email each and every time your boy E Thriller, aka Ham Rothstein, aka GOAT Thriller, aka the motherfucking Black Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly, with my words on the sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gentlemen in the Wolf chat, I said a welcome back now. I said, First things first, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on both of my YouTube accounts. Make sure y'all drop some comments in the comment section to let your boy E Thriller know that I'm crispy on the microphone. Yeah, I said it. Salute. Hit that like button when you come through the door, or the dislike button if you disagree with what your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, is saying. Also, shout out to everybody else on social media and beyond. That entails Facebook. Salute. Shout out to everybody on TikTok, my favorite social media platform. I didn't stutter. Shout out to everybody on the gram as well. And last but not least, shout out to all my dogs, my females and my homies that get it popping on X, formerly known as Twitter. Facts, E Thriller, big facts. Got a little bit of a jam-packed show tonight. It's been a minute since your boy GOAT Thriller popped out and went live to talk about something, come on and pop my shit. The way that I love to pop my shit. And for the record, if you don't like to hear the truth, right, then this is a public service announcement, because I'm nothing like these other bozos. If you're new to my channel, if you just so happen to stumble upon one of, if not the most entertaining channels on YouTube, yeah, I said it, then you would know that your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. I'm not here to kiss ass. I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here to fanboy for your favorite fighter. I'm not here to fanboy for your favorite promotional company. I'm not here to fanboy for your favorite athlete, your favorite basketball player, football player, whatever the topic may be at hand. I am here to tell the unfiltered truth about what the fuck I see going on whatever particular topic I'm talking about. So let's just get that point out the way, right? So if you're soft, if you're sensitive, get out your fucking feelings. You can either get out your feelings or you can go. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, let's talk about Jaron Ennis, because he's on my mind, ladies and gentlemen. And shout out to the Playback Game, man. Make sure y'all drop some comments and let me know if you enjoyed the show, and hit that like button as well. Shout out to all my dogs that get it cracking late at night as well. That's working the graveyard shift, waking up early in the morning. That's going to catch this playback. But anyway, Jaron Ennis is on my mind, right? Because I'm trying to figure out, and I've been trying to figure this out for an awfully long time. Why is it that Jaron Ennis, for some odd apparent reason, always gets celebrated, right? He always lying. He always gets celebrated for flip-flopping. He always gets celebrated for ducking smoke. I mean, 1 minute the guy want to stay at 147. You feel what I'm saying? And then the next minute, after a putrid performance against a Karen for the second time around, now the dude want to question himself and say, "Oh, maybe I need to go up to 154." And then once we expect for the guy to move up to 154, because I'm gonna be honest, your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, I've been telling this guy to move up to 54 for months on top of months now. Facts, E Thriller, more facts.
I'm focused, man.
And you know, I got the receipts. Y'all know I got the receipts because I know it might be some of you bozos, some of you Neanderthals that's gonna come in my comment section acting like your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. It's cat.
Did he show it? I got receipts.
And I'm gonna get into it, man, because look, bro, it seems like Jaron Boots Ennis gets a pass, and I don't understand it, and I get it. Like, he's a likable guy. You know, it seems like he only cares about the sport of boxing. We don't never see him at the clubs. We don't never see him up on the hoes. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't heard about no baby mama drama. We ain't heard nothing of the sorts when it comes to Jaron Boots Ennis. All we hear about is dudes ducking him, who he done whooped in sparring, the dudes that's that he want to fight, but he don't want to fight them. That's all we hear about Jaron Boots Ennis. So I get it. I can understand why a lot of people want to get behind Boots and Bozy Ennis with all that damn capping with the damn skull cap that he be doing on his head, right? I get it. But if you really just listen closely and pay attention to the moves that they've been making as far as business, not inside of the ring, but outside of the ring, these dudes have been squandering all kinds of opportunities to become legendary in the sport of boxing. Because, look, I cannot figure out, right, for the life of me, why Jaron Boots Ennis will not sit at 147, because the man swore it down. He wants to unify. He wants to become undisputed. This is his goal in the sport of boxing. He wanted to become undisputed at 147. Not only that, he wanted to become undisputed at 154. He wanted to become undisputed at 160. Yeah, I said it. And last but not least, he wanted to become undisputed at 168. He wanted to become undisputed in 4 legitimate weight classes, y'all, in the 4-belt era. Now, I know what you're saying. That sounds very unprecedented. It sounds unthinkable. But once again, this ain't your boy E Thriller's words. I ain't running around here being a ventriloquist. This is coming directly from the source, from the horse's mouth, Jaron Boots Ennis. And also, I was doing a little digging, right? Because I love to do my due diligence before I come on and paint these pictures so vividly with my words, right? I had a little bit of downtime at work. So I said, you know what? Let me start watching some of these interviews of Jaron Boots Ennis. So I went back and I did some digging and I did some more digging and I did some more digging. And I said, well, I'll be goddamn. I hope somebody is sitting down for this, right? And I hope some of my day ones, not all of y'all. I know all of y'all ain't gonna be in the chat because you know YouTube don't like to send out the notifications, right? But if some of my day ones remember the best series on YouTube on here's proof that Errol Spence is still ducking Terrence Bud Crawford. I dropped 19 episodes, straight classics, unskippable videos, right? You was gonna laugh, you was gonna have a good time, it was gonna be facts, it was gonna be just a whole unfiltered, unadulterated truth coming from all parties involved, right? But as I was watching Jaron Boots Ennis interviews, and I'm listening to Eddie, and I'm listening to Bozy, and I'm listening to Jaron, and I'm listening to that James Harden looking motherfucker YSM that be running around here just cleaning this nigga drawers. I mean, literally, like, bro, I guarantee you, if Jaron Boots Ennis said, look, bro, I need you to use a wet wipe, right? Now I'm about to go to the restroom. I need you to wipe my ass when I'm done. I guarantee you that James Harden looking motherfucker, the way he just, here, can I get an interview? I guarantee you he will go wipe his ass for him. Facts, he throw the more facts.
I'm focused, man.
I mean, some of these boxing media pundits, or whatever you want to call these content creators, making me sick with the way that they be biased for these dudes. It's like, bro, when are y'all going to hold this man accountable? Because I can vividly remember, and I'm not trying to make this stream about the face of YouTube boxing. I'm really not trying to talk about Terrence Bud Crawford tonight. But God damn it, the press conference is tomorrow. I'm doubling back tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but just know, just know, your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, I am going to be popping out tomorrow, and I'm going to give y'all my full press conference reaction to what took place in Riyadh season. You feel what I'm saying? Because we know Crawford and Canelo flew over there, they eating, they taking pictures together. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, right? So I want to focus on Jaron Boots Ennis, but I can vividly remember some of these bozos with these channels going at Bud Crawford's resume. They saying he ain't fight nobody. They didn't care about the context of why he couldn't get the guys that we really wanted to see, like the Keith Thurmans of the world, the Danny Garcias of the world, the Sean Showtime Porters, who he eventually ended up facing, right? The Earl Spences and things like that. Shit, man, you're on the wrong side of the street, bro. I mean, all he got to do is go get belt, then we can line it up. But then it went from that to saying, shit, man, nobody's ducking Terrence Crawford. I just got bigger fish on my plate, and I'm going to clean on my side of the street. And things like that. Facts, C-Thriller, more facts.
I'm focused, man.
I can vividly remember some of these Neanderthals, some of these bozos, some of these imbeciles who just make me sick with the double standards that just seeping through the fucking speakers when I hear this shit, right? Giving these dudes a pass, but they were shitting on Terrence Crawford. I just don't understand it. So I'm looking at Jaron Boots Ennis, right? And let me show some of these receipts because I got a whole lot of receipts tonight, right? Now, Jaron Boots Ennis was the same individual, right? At one particular point in time, which I'm about to play this video, right? As a matter of fact, let me do my due diligence. Let me give this lady a shout out. She did a phenomenal job because she asked him the tough questions. Now, this interview took place 11 months ago. Her name is The Only Kayla. Make sure y'all go hit a like button, drop some comments, subscribe if you want to subscribe, right? But the title reads, Jaron Ennis wants Crawford, which we know that's cap because he's had several opportunities to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. But we ain't gonna dig too deep on that, right? The title says, and I quote, whatever he thinks he can do, I can do better. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, in the Wolf Chat and the playback game, Jaron Boots Ennis at one particular point in time, when he was asked by this young lady, fine lady, might I add, I gotta say that low come out right downstairs. But you feel what I'm saying? This lovely little lady about a fight with Teofimo Lopez at 147. I want y'all to listen to what Jaron Boots Ennis had to say. DJ E Thriller, roll that clip.
27 now, so it's about that time, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and handle my business July 13th, and you know, look to collect the rest of the belts. You know, just go straight for the rest of the belts, and then be undisputed, and then go ahead and move up to 54 and do the same thing at 54.
Okay, so as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, in the Wolf Chat, this is coming from directly from the source, Jaron Boots Ennis. He said he wants to stay at 147. He wants to collect all the straps, and then he will move on to 154. Let's keep that in mind. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Pay attention.
Go title hunting, collect the belts, be undisputed at 54, 60, and maybe even 68. So that's the goal.
That would be nice to see you at.
Okay, so once again, at the beginning of the show, your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, stated so vividly with my words to where you can see the captions of what the fuck I'm saying. Jaron Boots Ennis just said it out of his own mouth, his own two lips. He wants to become undisputed at 47, 54, 60, and maybe even 68. Feel what I'm saying? Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.
Well, there's a lot of competition at 168, so I think that would be really, really good to see you there.
Definitely.
Now, you said you still have a few more fights that you want to get under your belt at 147, correct?
Yes.
Do you know who are some of the fighters that you would like to get in the ring with at 147?
Everybody that got a belt. That's my whole goal. After this fight on July 13th, I'm not looking past David Anisian at all. We locked in, we focus on him.
Right.
But after I get this win and I be victorious and do it in a big statement, you know, at July 13th, anybody that got about WBA, WBO.
Now, we also have to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, in the Wolf Chat, that David Avenesian was the same guy that James Harden looking motherfucker and Boots and Bozy and Greg Hackett and everybody that be over there on that little channel, you know, that just be pumping for Jaron Boots Ennis. They made fun of Terrence Crawford for fighting David Avenesian. You feel what I'm saying? Just to turn around and fight the same guy. I mean, once again, this is why I call Boots flip-flops. The man say one thing and then he does another thing. I mean, golly.
WBC, I want them all. Ring Magazine, I want it all.
So, because you said that you plan to go up to 154, we'll have a few more fights at 147. Now, I know Lopez, Teofimo Lopez is calling out Crawford, and he wants Crawford to come down to 147. You're at 147. Is that a fight that you would take with
I'm the
Teofimo?
only name that nobody called at 147.
Right? Why is that?
I don't know.
Why do you think? Do you think they're scared, or you think that I don't know? Like,
I don't think no man is scared of another man, but I don't know. When you hear other people call everybody out, they don't call me out. The only people that probably really call me out is somebody that's irrelevant.
All right, man, let me let this ad roll through. But I want y'all to pay very close attention to what the interviewer asked him. She asked him specifically about Teofimo Lopez, who at one particular point in time was on Terrence Crawford's road. He was begging, literally on his hands and knees, trying to get a fight with Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, a lot of people felt like he was capping. A lot of people felt like he wouldn't really want to move up to 154. So that's why the reporter asked him, like, hey, I see Teofimo is calling out Bud. What you think about a potential mega fight with him? He said he would take the fight. Let's pay attention, y'all. Watch this.
Care about.
So now you gotta call him out.
Yeah.
You gotta like, y'all want the smoke? I want the smoke too. Okay. So would you fight Lopez? Would you entertain that fight? If let's say he says, you know what, maybe Crawford won't come down. Mm-hmm. Boots, let's get it.
Let's bring it on. I'll fight anybody. I don't care who it is.
Stop the presses. Jaron Boots Ennis just specifically stated that bring it on. I will fight anybody. I would definitely fight Teofimo Lopez, but he ducked the fight. And Eddie Hearn just came out, what was it, not even a week ago, on an interview, shout out to Fight Hype, that I just watched, and stated that Jaron Boots Ennis is in fear of not performing up to expectations, right? So he's blaming everything on the weight. And my thing is this, bro. Why did you take the Cameron fight? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why did you even make the fight with Imanes Stanionis? Because wasn't nobody asking you for those fights, especially if you wasn't going to become undisputed at 147 because your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. I've been saying it for months, bro. Like, the only fight that I wanted to see you take with one of those champions currently at 147 between Barrios, between Stanionis, and between Brian Norman Jr., it was Brian Norman Jr., who just flatlined. I mean, sparked out Jin Sasaki. I mean, did y'all see that fight, y'all? Brian Norman looks spectacular now, granted. He did fight a guy that looked like he just made my bowl at Genghis Grill last weekend. You feel what I'm saying? He just fought a guy that I really didn't know too much about. I'm not going to cap. I'm not going to lie and try to act like I know everything about the sport of boxing. So I don't really want to overreact, and I don't want to crown a guy prematurely because I said it on the last episode that I did. I feel like all of us content creators and fans included, we prematurely crown these dudes when they ain't done nothing, they ain't fought each other, and they ain't proved nothing. Facts, he threw them more facts. So I'm not going to over bloviate for this fight. I'm not going to say this is the greatest performance ever because, look, that wasn't a fight that I was asking for Brian Norman to take. Now, he made the fight. He did what he had to do. He knocked that motherfucker out. He sent him to sleep experts. I mean, literally, y'all, that is the definition of sleep experts. That's why I came up with that term. You feel what I'm saying? He did his thing. He lived up to what he said. And the man has been calling for a fight with Jaron Boots Ennis. But all of a sudden, a couple of days before the fight, before they can even negotiate, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yeah, my apologies, y'all. My son came in here. But anyway, yeah, but a couple of days before the Brian Norman fight, this man want to come out with an interview saying that he want to move up. But let's dig back deeper into this Teofimo situation. Listen closely, y'all.
I love that.
Everybody already knew that. I don't care who it is. I'll fight anybody. I'm gonna do my thing regardless.
So then that's a yes. Then if you go up to 154, you definitely want that Crawford fight. Then
most definitely. I want to show the world and prove that I show my skills and my ability. I feel like I wasn't able to go into my bag yet. Mm-hmm. I feel like they haven't seen the best of me.
What would you say is your strong point then in the ring? Like, what would you say is like your best skill set in the ring, or your advantage?
My advantage is I do everything. I'm good at everything. I can box, I can bang, I can fight orthodox, I can fight southpaw. I got a great jab, I got defense, I got it. Like whatever you need, I got it. I'm like a variety pack, a bag of chips. Like whatever you need, I got it. Like.
So in terms of that,
so again, he's capping. He's still trying to clout chase off the boogeyman's name. We know deep down in his heart of hearts, he don't want the fight because he's had several opportunities to make that fight. So I don't even want to focus on that, right? But how do you feel like you want to fight with Terrence Bud Crawford when you didn't even want to fight Jaron Boots Ennis? I mean, not Jaron, but you didn't even want to fight Virgil Ortiz at 154. I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. Like, make it make sense, Boots. In fact, let me show y'all the receipt. Let me share my screen real quick because he stated, him and his team, Eddie Hearn and Jaron Boots Ennis, stated that there was some sort of miscommunication as a reason for Ortiz Jr. bout collapse, while public perception leans towards avoiding a stone cold killer. Shout out to Boxing News 24/7, who wrote this article. Ennis said, and I quote, "Nobody is ducking. Y'all crazy." He said, what did he say? Chris Manning said, "What was it like the last few months of taking the kind of criticism for not taking a fight against Virgil, for not fighting a different guy?" He said, "I'm not worried about those guys right now. I'm focused on staying honest. I'm focused on what's in front of me." Mannix replied, "Was it frustrating though? Like feeling criticism for the first time?" I think Eddie Hurd said as much. "This is probably the first time you've experienced kind of blowback publicly in your career." Ennis said, "Yeah, it was a bunch of miscommunication. Everybody got it all wrong. The podcasters, everybody thinks they know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. I just let it rock because I don't care. I'm not going to say I don't care, but I just don't care." That's a contradiction. But anyway, and then he also said, "I don't care what nobody say. I don't know what they're talking about." Now, let me just say this, bro. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, so yeah. So Jaron Boots Ennis is steady capping because you had the opportunity to go up to 154. Hell, maybe even try to do it at a catchweight because everybody in their mama know Virgil Ortiz only moved up to 154 because he really couldn't make the weight. Like the dude literally got sick two times in my Booker T voice, which is why Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins and all the good people at Golden Boy Promotion said, "Look, bro, you need to go ahead and go to 154. It's smoke up there, right?" So Jaron Boots Ennis swerved that fight to stay to fight Karen, and then he went from fighting Karen to Stanionis, and he just became unified. Congratulations to him. But once again, I didn't give a fuck about them belts at 147, bro. I've been saying this shit, and you know what's so bad about Jaron Boots Ennis? And I just don't understand, why is he getting a pass? Because his resume sucks. Like if you go to BoxRec, right, and look at his resume, like this dude is 34-0 with 30 KOs. God bless him, right? But if you look at this resume, it leaves a whole lot to be desired, y'all. Like, look, y'all know how I get on Gervonta Tank Davis, aka Abdul Fahid, for not fighting nobody. And I mean nobody. But Gervonta Tank Davis, aka Abdul Fahid, resume puts Boots' resume to shame. Like, let that sink in, fight fans. Gervonta Tank Davis' resume is levels above Jaron Boots Ennis's. Like, how is this even possible, right? And you had the perfect opportunity to fight Teofimo Lopez. This was the easiest cherry pick because I'm one of the individuals who don't think that Jaron Boots Ennis can lose to Teofimo Lopez. I don't see that happening, right? But this dude would have definitely been the most accomplished guy on your resume. He's a two-time lineal champion, a former unified champion at 135 pounds. He isn't a huge draw, but he has a big name. He does have a name in the sport of boxing. And I'm pretty damn sure the fight would have took place in Philly or maybe even Vegas or maybe even Madison Square or something like that. Hell, I don't know. So I don't understand why you wouldn't go after that fight. And not only that, we know Teofimo Lopez, who I can't stand. I hate him with a passion. I don't like his nose. I don't like his hair. I don't like how his barber blend his fade. I don't like the way he talks. I don't like the stupid ass soliloquies he go on. I don't like nothing about him. I hate Teofimo Lopez. But one thing I got to say about the dude is this. Every single time he heads into a fight that we don't think he can win, he ends up showing out, y'all, right? And it sounds like to me, I mean, from the outside looking in, it's just being a little old content creator who come on and pop my shit the way that I pop my shit. I think Teofimo really wanted to fight Jaron Boots Ennis, which is why I am so disappointed from a business aspect like Eddie, Bozy. You know what I mean? No, nigga, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean, Bozy, because bro, you could have had the whole entire black community, even niggas that don't even like your son, Boots, riding for y'all against Teofimo Lopez. To me, that fight was a no-brainer. He should have took that fight with Teofimo at 147, waited on Brian Norman to get done knocking Jin Sasaki out. Yeah, I said it. Go to the negotiation table to see if he can get that fight, and then try to get a fight with Brian Norman and Manny Pacquiao, depending on how that outcome turns out. And then if you can't get that, then go up to 154, because again, you was the one that was hell-bent on these belts at 147. Them same fucking belts that I told you, like, look, bro, I don't give a shit about these belts. All these weak-ass belts, these charity belts that you're trying to collect at 147 outside of that WBO that is currently being held by Brian Norman Jr., You feel what I'm saying? Other than that, I didn't care for a fight with Barrios. I damn sure don't want to see you fight Manny Pacquiao if you were to pull off an upset against some Mario Barrios. I damn sure don't want to see that. The only fight I would want to see you take at 47 is Brian Norman or Teofimo or maybe even a Devin the Dream Haney. If these guys are really serious about moving up to challenge you, because everybody been playing with your name, bro. You said don't nobody call you out. They don't want no smoke. I don't think anybody's scared, but don't nobody ever mention my name. But as soon as niggas like Blair Cobbs, Virgil Ortiz, Teofimo Lopez, Brian Norman Sr. and Jr., yeah, I said it, running around here popping they shit, calling you out, calling your bluff, like, look, nigga, I don't believe you. You need more people.
I'm focused, man.
In my Jigga Man voice, as soon as these dudes get on your road, now you want to get low. Now you want to get on your Philadelphia Eagles shit, right? Because I know you're from Philly, right? So I'm pretty sure you're an Eagles fan. You want to push your way up to 154. You feel what I'm saying? He want a quarterback sneak. He want to get on this Jalen Hurts shit and go to 154. No, nigga, stay at 147 because you, not me, you said it was the most important thing right now in your career. When I was saying, no, nigga, you need to move up to 154. You need to go ahead and take that fight with Virgil. You should have tried to call out the boogeyman Terrence Will Crawford and pull his card. You should have tried to go up to move up to fight Sebastian Fundora and Martin Zaliev and all these other dudes that are champions at 154. I was saying that. You said no mas. You told us fans, the objective fight fans, that look, y'all tripping. I'm going to stay at 147. I'm not having a hard time making weight. As a matter of fact, speaking of weight, I want y'all to listen to this. Because I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. Let's do this, man. Let's go back to the post-fight with Ennis and Jaron Ennis. I want y'all to listen very closely because, look, this is giving me Earl Spence vibes, y'all. Like the way that he double talks and he say one thing one day and then the next day he's saying something else and Bozy saying this and Jaron saying that and Eddie, like these dudes are never on the same fucking page. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And I can easily make a series. Like somebody, if you're in the chat, man, somebody let me know and hit the like button. But do y'all want me to do a series on Jaron Ennis, Duckn Smoke? Because this shit is this is a Kyrie Irving, Uncle Drew in the NBA Finals 2016. I'm going to the right. I'm reversing on the opposite side of the hoop. You know what I'm saying? Rolling motherfuckers up on my left. This is a layup. Like this is easier than doing it on Earl. And things like that. Facts, he Thriller, more facts. This is super easy. But listen to this, y'all. It gets better, y'all. Check this out. DJ E Thriller, roll that clip. Where did she go? Hold on, y'all. Roll that clip.
How much more expensive do you expect?
Well, it's expensive because his money goes up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the reality.
And
you know?
Y'all don't know. I took a pay cut for this fight, too.
Boots
I took less money for this fight.
Gave Stanionis money to get him in the ring. You know, we hear at the press conference, you know, Stanionis has wanted Boots for years. Well, who's ever heard that?
Right.
We never had a phone call.
This fight happened because of me. I took less money. I gave Stanionis more money to fight me.
And that's not
that shows who really wanted to fight.
And that's not what we do or what we want to do. But sometimes as a team, you move forward collectively. And that's why these guys are great to work with. They're chasing greatness. But now, after a performance like that, no, we don't take less money. We take more money. So the other guys have they'll get paid, but they have to show some ambition.
Mr. Wonderful here. My friend Howard.
Let this ad run, man. But the audacity, the nerve of Jaron Ennis and Eddie Heard to say that these other fighters have to show some ambition. Now, I get him saying that about Mario Barrios, but Brian Norman really wanted to fight. All the dude claimed that he wanted, or his pop said they just wanted the extra $500K. They just wanted the extra $500K and y'all could have got it on, but y'all didn't want to give it to him.
Money, 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 money. What about trying to be number one in the division? Guys like Brian Norman, these guys, with all due respect to Brian Norman, he just boxed for about $150,000 on an undercard of Michaela Meyer against Andy Ryan at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. We can, if we go back to the Wells Fargo now to unify again, he will fill the whole place, 18, 19,000, unquestionably. So there's money in the pot, but you've got to show ambition as well.
Eddie, so given what you just said and the experience of setting up this fight here, who is going to be the tougher fight to make out of Mario Barrios and Brian Norman Jr. in your opinion?
Listen, I heard that Barrios is talking about fighting Manny Pacquiao. I mean, what's all that about?
Hey, man, hold on, man. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. My bad, man. I just been rambling. I didn't even realize I had two super chats. Shouts out to my guy,
Cash Money,
who always support your boy E-Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, for donating to the channel and for also being a member. This dude has been a member for, man, I done forgot, bro. Shout out to my nigga Moolah Baby for those 2 super chats. And you already know, I got to get you right. My apologies. I was cooking. A 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 3. Hit it. And hey, man, if anybody else want to donate to the channel, because believe you me, it keeps the panels open and it goes a long way. The Cash App is on the screen. It's I Said It E3. Once again, it's I Said It E3. Or if you want to do like my brother Moolah did and donate to the channel via super chat, click the button, man, and donate and join and become a Wolf Chat member. I said it. Back to the interview I go.
Right. Brian Norman, for me, I spoke to Bob Arum during the week. He made it clear to me they want to try and make that fight. There's probably close to 10 times the biggest payday of Brian Norman's career to fight Boots Ennis. If you don't want to get in the ring, you might as well retire from the sport, because what's it all about? That kind of payday to fight the very best in the sport and prove yourself as a pound-for-pound great. So stop with Twitter, stop with Instagram, grow a set of balls and come and be in one of the biggest fights in the sport.
But see, this is what Eddie Hearn do. Eddie Hearn, you go from interview to interview. You go on Twitter telling everybody what's going on behind the scenes, right? Detailing splits and this fighter wouldn't take this and this fighter doing that. Like, you the one who be doing that shit too. You sound like a goddamn hypocrite.
Wells Fargo, back end of the summer or September or wherever it's going to be when he's ready. Let's make it happen.
So they were talking about Atlanta as a potential.
Fuck it, what? Why? He's just boxed on an undercard in front of about 1,200 people. This guy, you heard what he said, 15,000, 12,000, 9,000 tonight, whatever it was. Come on. No, and that's what I said to those guys last time. Oh, we're not going to Philadelphia. Where do you think the money comes from? You know? So let's just, this is not about being disrespectful. But Brian Norman's a great fighter. But don't we want to make great fights for the sport? You know, and like this guy's, he ain't losing at 47. He ain't losing at 54. He ain't losing at 60.
I'll tell you what, man, Eddie Hearn is a hell of a promoter. Like, the stuff that he say be so smooth and sound good. It comes off so perfectly. But if you really listen to what the dude's saying, he just blowing smoke up everybody's ass, y'all. Because as easily as you could say, look, man, Brian Norman, you should have took the money. I can flip it on Eddie and Boots and say, well, you should have gave him more money. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, you ended up giving Stanionis more money to make a unification with him. Why not do it with Brian Norman? Like, why procrastinate when you the one who said it's kind of hard to make the weight after the second Karen fight, and then you double back and said now that you got a nutritionist, it's not hard to make the weight anymore. You're going to be at 147. You only want the champions. You want to become undisputed. This is all the shit that you and your camp been saying. So now that it's time to become undisputed, now all of a sudden when it's time to go back to the negotiation table, because the Normans just simply said, look, let me focus on this fight. Once we get done knocking his ass out, we can go back to the negotiation table. We can come out there to Philly. We just want a fair shake. Now you want to go up to 154? Now you want to go up to 154? Are you kidding me?
Watch what he does over the next few years. He's going through all the divisions.
Yeah. Something different for you. And a lot of people were talking about your weight and how was it going to affect you tonight?
Yeah.
First of all, what do you have to say to those people who were saying you weren't going to be able to make the weight? You have trouble with it. What do you have to say about your power after the stop?
146. Yo, I don't know. People, y'all social media people crazy. I seen so many people talking about look weight drain. He don't like he gonna make weight, this, that, and the third. I was at weight on Tuesday. I didn't work out since Tuesday. I ate the day before the weigh-in. I make 147 easy. You know, y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. Y'all just be talking on the net, and y'all gotta chill.
Okay, so y'all can hear it. The man just like, bro, this shit is just.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Bro, like double talking, flip flopping. This is bad, y'all. Like, this is really giving me Earl Spence vibes. Like, bro, you just said not even a couple of months ago, it's easy to make the weight. You got a nutritionist. We don't know what the hell we talking about just because we want you to go up to 154 so you don't have to kill yourself just in case you do happen to get knocked the fuck out. We don't want to hear any excuses, right? We already still going through that shit with Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford about the weight drainage and Earl Spence. Shit, I stayed at the division too long. And, yeah, man, I should have moved up to 154 and or I should just try to get that fight with Canelo. And things like that. We hear this shit coming from the Earl sexuals all the time. We don't want to go down this long brick yellow road again, okay? We don't want to do this shit, Boots. But again, you the one who told us we was tripping. We didn't know what we was talking about. This is all propaganda. We making stuff up. Podcasters don't know nothing. The fans don't know nothing. Nobody knows nothing but Jaron Boots Ennis, Bozy, and Eddie Hearn. But it seems like to me, once again, from the outside looking in, y'all motherfuckers can't keep your story straight because y'all doing a whole bunch of lying, throwing a whole bunch of smoke screens. I mean, Steve Smith, do y'all remember him? They used to play for the Carolina Panthers, who used to run the smoke screen route. That's exactly all y'all doing. Y'all blowing smoke up everybody's ass, acting like y'all really want to make these fights, but deep down in your heart of hearts, you don't want to make the fights. Y'all want to just have Boots as this big name and this big draw in Philadelphia that everybody is scared to fight. So he can keep getting these soft ass touches, keep getting these easy ass paydays, keep padding his resume. And speaking of his resume, like it literally sucks, y'all. Like, bro, he fought Stanionis, Karen 2 fucking times. Ladies and gentlemen, he fought Karen Chukachan 2 times. He fought David Avanesian. He fought Romaine Villa. And then Custio Clayton, Thomas DeNorme, Sergey Lipinets. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen in the Wolf Chat, Sergey fucking Lipinets. Chris Van Herten. And the rest of these names ain't even worth mentioning. I mean, please don't make me fart. Pretty please.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
But the media is giving him a pass for this weak-ass resume. The media keeps making excuses for why Jaron Boots Ennis ain't making the fights when he's getting called out by some of the dogs in his division. You feel what I'm saying? Dude should have been fought Virgil Ortiz. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He should have been fought Virgil. He had an opportunity to fight Bud. He didn't want to take that. I get it, whatever. But don't be running around here on interview after interview, capping like don't nobody want to fight you. That's the shit that pisses me off with Jaron Boots Ennis.
You seen it, and I really was like just getting in my bag, getting in my groove for real. Like I said before, none of these fighters can mess with me. I'm the best in the world.
I just want to.
When are you gonna prove it though, bro? Because like, haven't y'all noticed that every single time Jaron Boots Ennis gets mentioned with another counterpart or somebody that may be a threat to his legacy or his resume, he always got a litany of excuses. Like a multitude of excuses. It's always when he underperformed. Oh, maybe it was the weight. Oh, I'm fighting down to the level of my competition, even though, nigga, you won't make the big fights. You feel what I'm saying? The niggas that we think is on your level, you don't want to make these fights. You don't want to take less money. You don't want to come out of your comfort zone in Philadelphia and shit like that and move up to 54 to challenge a Virgil Ortiz. You don't want to do none of that. You want to play it safe and hide behind that fucking fence in Philly in that gym and with Bozy Ennis and shit like that. That's what you like to do, y'all. That's what Jaron Boots Ennis like to do. He loves to play it safe, and he always come up with excuses. If the fight can't get made, oh, these fighters ducking me. Oh, you was making X amount of money. Oh, this was gonna be your biggest payday. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Focus,
because
man.
I can easily say that same shit to you about Virgil Ortiz. This is not your first time turning down a fight that Turkey had lined up for you, bruh. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So we can say the same shit about you. So as much as you want to shit on Brian Norman for ducking his biggest payday in my Canelo Alvarez voice, fight fans can say the same shit about you. Which is why I'm blaming both of these motherfuckers for this fight not happening. But more so Boots. If I had to put a percentage on it, I'm going to say 60-40. Jaron Boots Ennis, 40% to the Normans, 60% to Boots because he's the A side. right? The A side is supposed to be able to get the fight done. The A side has Eddie Hearn's backing. The A side has Turkey Al-Sheikh backing, even though he's scared to make fights with Turkey. Turkey still want to do business with Jaron Boots Ennis, right? He has the backing. He is supposed to be able to facilitate and to negotiate and to accommodate the Normans on that extra whatever dollar amount that they wanted for his fucking legacy. Because these niggas keep talking about legacy. They keep talking about these weak ass charity belts that we don't care about at 147. Okay, then my nigga, if the belts mean that much to you, Eddie Hearn, you're going to have to pay how you weigh. Or you're going to have to get Turkey Al-Sheikh, aka Turkey McMahon is what I call him, involved to make the goddamn fights, or else move up and shut up. But it's going to be very interesting to see who Jaron Boots Ennis is going to fight at 154 in this first fight, right? Now, I guess I'm going to try to show him a little grace. You know, I'm not going to be too hard on him from this aspect. I'm going to let the man get accommodated into the weight class, right? I think he can move up to 154, get a little soft touch depending on, you know, who he really want to fight. And then after that, I'm going to be expecting for him to step in the ring with the big dogs because, again, he claimed he want the belts. No, none of these dudes at 154 really got a big name. Hell, I can argue, Jaron Boots Ennis has a bigger name than all the motherfuckers combined, right? If we call him a spade, even though he ain't never been on pay-per-view or anything like that. So it shouldn't really be a problem with getting these dudes at 154 who is hungry to get them in a fight with Jaron Boots Ennis. So if Jaron Ennis is really everything that y'all tell your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, that he is in real life, then it ain't gonna be no excuses for him not to get at these champions at 154. He should be able to get at Virgil. He should be able to fight Fundora. He should be able to fight Tim Tszyu. I don't know what's going on with Jamel Charlo. It's being rumored that he's still going to stay at 154. Why? I don't know. I don't know why he won't just go ahead and move up to 160. Because what else is there left to prove at 154? You was already undisputed, and you dropped your belts because you moved up to fight Canelo, and then you had the hand injury, and the list goes on and on, right? But it's some notable names up there. You got, what's the guy named? Erickson Lubin up there. You got Abel Ramos, you got Xander Zayas. It's a bunch of names. Like, they ain't big names, but they're names. These are good fights. So Jaron Ennis, if your resume doesn't improve within the next year and a half, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. Tucci, your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, is gonna be on your road. Oh yes, I'm gonna be on your road.
Where they can't look at themselves because they know the prodigal son has returned. I'm alive. The ghost is walking around. You know what I mean? And I'm alive talking.
But anyway, back to the comments I go. Pretty much all I had to say about this particular topic. Jaron Boots Ennis is pump faking. He's been capping and he keep getting the pass. Why? I don't know. I don't know why everybody just don't keep the same energy across the board. You know, a lot of these motherfuckers want a fanboy, want to cape for them so they can keep getting the interviews, so they can keep having the access to Jaron Boots Ennis. But at some particular point in time, we got to start being honest with these motherfuckers. Like, look, bro, your resume is booty. And nigga, how old is Jaron Boots Ennis? He's 27 years old with 34 fights, and he doesn't have a notable win on his resume. Let that shit sink in, y'all. The best win on his resume might be Sergey Lipinets. It might be. I don't know, because these dudes are bums, in my personal opinion. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, let me remove this shit. Back to the comments. Let me go to the top. All right, man. Shouts out to my boy ZoLife813. He said, highly anticipated episode 100. Hey, man, I appreciate it, my brother. Let me like that comment. Let me see, man. Boxing Nerd said, let's hear this hating shit now. You ducking my calls, E3. Boxing Nerd, I'm about to drop the link, and if you still in the chat, you can come on and get at me, because you know me and you got a little situation we need to get to anyway. So you can come on here and try to cap and act Hollywood like you don't know what the fuck going on. But yeah, I'm gonna pull your card though. Click on this link when I drop it. Shout out to the big homie Goldie Loke in the chat. He said, E3 salute. What's happening? How are you, kind sir? Shout out to Zoe again. What up to my boy on Twitter, man? According to Boxing, I ain't even know Twitter can comment on this shit. That's tight. Okay, then. I ain't know that. This must be some new shit. Shout out to my boy according to Boxing, man. He said, salute E3. What's happening? How are you, kind sir? Shit. Salute. Shout out to my nigga Moolah again. What up to my boy Los Rosado? He said, E-Thriller, yeah, I said it. And I didn't stutter.
I didn't stutter. I said, pop your titty out his mouth and stop babying him.
When y'all niggas gonna do that for Jaron Boots Ennis, man, get your titties out his mouth. You feel what I'm saying? Quit coddling this nigga. Quit putting a bib on him. Let him be a grown man. Can we start pushing for this dude to really take the big fights? Can we start holding this man accountable to his words and his actions? Golly. Sheesh. Anyway, shout out to my boy X-Man in the building. He said, salute E3 in the Wolf chat. How are you, kind sir? What's happening? Hold on, y'all. Let me get my shit right, man. Anyway, let me see, man. Carlos also said, Boots making my city look soft. Oh, so you from Philly. And then he said, I don't like that shit. He need to shut the fuck up and fight. This damn undecided crap. Gotta go, fam. Hey, man, I appreciate that, your objectivity. I mean, that's the honest truth, bro. Like, the dude been waffling. He been flip-flopping. 1 minute he want to stay at 147 to unify and become undisputed. And then the next minute he want to go to 154. And then the next day it's something else. Like, he all over the place, bro. Nigga all over the place. What up to Tyrese? He said it's Juneteenth. I'm pouring up syrup, eating pork ribs. Salute. What up to Jesus? He said, how's Ennis Duckn when he moved into a more dangerous 154? I just specifically stated that. I'm not about to say that shit again. But if you want to click the link and come on the panel and ask me, I will repeat myself. But I'm a nigga that don't like to repeat itself. Let me see. What up, X, man? Let me see. Who haven't I got? Yeah, man, get them likes up. Get them likes up. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love, according to boxing. Salute. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in with me on X, man. He said 154 is more dangerous than 47. I agree with that. I agree. But that ain't what the fuck we talking about. We're talking about Jaron Boots Ennis saying that he wanted to unify at 147. He wanted to become undisputed at 147. He also said he would fight Teofimo at 147. We're talking about his waffling. We're talking about his flip-flopping. Yeah, I said it. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I know what division is more dangerous. I've only been the nigga that's been saying this shit for I don't know how long. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Because a lot of these niggas might be new to my channel. Maybe they ain't seen some of my videos. Right? Hold on. Where did she go? I could have sworn I had this shit. Where did she go? Damn, I lied. Oh, here you go. All right, listen to what I said. This was after his last fight, if I'm not mistaken. Listen to this. Okay, so first, congratulations to the new unified email champion at 147 pounds, Jaron Boots Ennis. The man put on a magnificent show. I can't take anything away from his performance. The man was very entertaining. The man was letting his hands go. The jab was on point. You know, the footwork was phenomenal. He was real slick, even though he got caught with a couple of good shots. But Jaron Boots Ennis, once again, has proved to a lot of the doubters and the naysayers, such as myself, that he does have a chin. Yeah, I said it. So I got to give credit where credit is due tonight. I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to shit on his performance. Congratulations to Jaron Boots Ennis. However, I do have some constructive criticism because your boy E-Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso, I have no desire on seeing you go up against Mario Barrios. You want to know why? It's because I already know the outcome to that fight. I already know you're going to beat the crap out of him. Like, that fight isn't competitive. It isn't enticing. I don't care if he got a belt. We understand Mario Barrios is the same guy that got dropped and stopped by Javante Tank Davis. Facts. E-Thriller, big facts. So we already know what Boots Ennis, Mr. Catch a Body. That's your nickname. We know you're going to catch a body that fight. I don't want to see that, even though you're going to pick up another scrap. The only fight at 147 that we really want to see you take is with Brian Norman Jr. That's it. That's the only fight that makes sense. It's the biggest fight at 147 left for you to make as far as the unification bout. But if you ain't going to fight him next, because we know y'all went to negotiations and couldn't agree to the money and the split and the location and stuff, right? Then you might as well go ahead and fight Teofimo Lopez, who has a fight coming up in May. And if he get past his opponent, I say go ahead and make that fight. Because if we call him a spade, whether we hate or love Teofimo Lopez, he always rises to the occasion when his competition is at its absolute best, right? And we know Jaron Boots Ennis is going to be game. I think Teofimo Lopez will be the most accomplished fighter on his resume. A two-time lineal champion, unified champion at 135, almost undisputed. Teofimo Lopez will be a big time fight for Jaron Boots Ennis. So if you ain't gonna fight Brian Norman next, you might as well go ahead and line it up with Teofimo Lopez if he's really serious about going to 147. Facts, he threw a big fact. Okay, so all right, man. So you can clearly hear me say, look, if you ain't gonna unify with Brian Norman, fight T.O. Basically, I'm still saying the same shit. Shout out to my nigga King on deck, man. He said salute E3. What's happening? How are you, Con? Yeah. What up, Thankers? Thank. He said chat fire. Okay, I appreciate it. Shout out to the Wolf chat. What up, DeMonte? He said shout out to the Wolf Pack. Salute. How are you, kind sir? X-Man said facts E3. I appreciate it, my guy. Damn, my mic was cutting out, bro. Can y'all hear me pretty good? Somebody drop something else in the chat. Is my mic going in and out? Y'all let me know. I just be cooking. I can't really hear my shit when I be talking, bro. I don't like having that feedback in my head. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking, I don't like doing that shit. But anyway, yeah, man, cleaning his drawers, bro. Like, tell me where I told a lie. Like, bro, like, god damn, breathe. Sheesh. Yeah, man, wrong side of the street. So yeah, man, I've been rambling, man. I think I read majority of the comments. I'm gonna drop the link, let y'all come on and rock for a little bit. Y'all want to give me y'all take and perspective on Jaron Boots Ennis deciding to finally go up to 154 before unifying the division with Brian Norman. The link is now in the chat. And before I drop this link, let me go over the panel etiquette before you come on my panel. Rule number 1, please cut your camera on so I can verify who you are, and then you can leave it on or cut it off. It's totally up to you. Rule number 2, please mute your RTO until I introduce you to the rest of the Wolf Chat and the playback game. Rule number 3, you will only have 1 minute to speak. After that beep, 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 beep sound go off, I'm passing the mic. Rule number 4, please do not dominate the goddamn show. I repeat, please do not dominate the show. And rule number 5, which is the most important rule on my channel, please leave your fucking feelings at home. I don't want any soft ass niggas on my panel. I don't want any cuddly ass niggas on my panel. I don't want a nigga that want to come on here and act like he cool with me, and then the next day he be sneak dissing on his channel on my fucking panel. Stay your sensitive ass in the chat and just enjoy the show with your popcorn or your blunt or your drink, whatever you got going on. Yeah, I said it, but please stay off of my panel. Stay away from me. Stay out of my circumference. All right, man. So I'm going to go in the order in which y'all come on. Going out to Boxing Nerd, you're live on the chat with the pack. Pop yo shit.
Yo, it's good E3. All I gotta
What's
say
good, man?
Boots didn't duck shit, bro. Simple
What
as
you
that.
mean?
He didn't duck nothing. He didn't duck no Brian Norman. He didn't duck no T.O. He said he wanted unifications or he's moving up. Brian Norman had 2 options. He was going to get the 1.7, and he wasn't going to get the 1.7 at a neutral location because the money wouldn't be put forth to anywhere else but Philly. And he had an option to fight Boots before he fought Jin Sasaki, but he decided Jin Sasaki just magically appeared there and put out his petition to fight him next. So I feel like that fight was already signed and they were just lying to the public. The fight was already signed. He had 2 weeks after the Boots fight, and then the Jin Sasaki fight is already made. It's kind of funny. And Jin Sasaki was trash from the get-go. He could have really signed to fight Boots in between training for Jin Sasaki because he could have beat Jin Sasaki with one hand. Jin Sasaki was the worst Japanese fighter I've ever seen in my life. He's trash. He's garbage.
Yeah,
Domestic
he
level
looked pretty
power.
bad.
So,
yeah, he looked bad. Yeah, he looked pathetic.
He's
I'm listening.
really,
Go ahead.
He's really horrible. And what Brian Norman did to him, like apparently he lost a month and a half worth of memory. He didn't even remember the fight. He didn't remember any of the training that he did because of that one punch in the 5th round.
Wow. Damn, man. God bless him, bro. Wow. I didn't know that.
His career might be over. So
yeah, that was a brutal knockout, bro. I think his head hit the canvas like 2 or 3 times, bro. No cap.
Yeah. So not only that, apparently if you miss weight, because that's why he got knocked out in the other fight at 140. If you miss weight in Japan, you get banned from the division. You have to move up. So there was a big size discrepancy between him and Brian Norman. Brian Norman looked like 160. He looked like 145. He didn't look that big. So,
Yeah, I don't believe Brian Norman is going to be able to stay at 147 for that long either, to be
too much
honest.
muscle.
Based off
Too
what
much
I
muscle.
saw, he kind of looked drained at the weigh-in. Excuse me,
Mhm.
pardon me. And then he kind of looked he looked real big, bro. But he looked great.
Mm-hmm.
He looked great. He looked great this morning. But go ahead and finish your point.
So yeah, I feel like that boost for Brian Norman fight is gonna happen. Bruce has two rivals that I need him to get smoke with. I need him to fight Brian Norman. I need him to fight Virgil Ortiz. Those are his legacy fights as of right now. Brian Norman is the hydrogen bomb. he's
But
the
boxing
new.
nerd, how is that going to happen when your man's left the division before the man could even go in the locker room and take a shit after the fight?
He can't. He
Why
was
not
lying.
wait a couple of weeks? Hold on, hear me out. Why not
Mhm.
wait a couple of weeks? I hear what you're saying. I feel you about the Jen Sasaki fight. Was probably already lined up. They wanted to get an easy payday. I get it. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. But on the same token, Boots, you just got out of a fight not even a month ago, bro. This is the perfect time for y'all to go back to the table and see what's popping. And then if you can't get that fight, and if you have no desire to fight a Teofimo at 147, then you go to 54. To that you say what?
Those are great points. But I would say if you were a boxer,
Get out of your goatee. Go ahead, boxer.
if you were a boxer, and
hey, hold
everything,
on, not to cut you off. Hey, Goldie, man, it sounds like you already got an echo, bro. Please fix your mic, bro. Go ahead, boxing nerd, not you, bro. You good?
yeah, if you were a boxer and you had the worst camp ever, are you gonna really say you had the worst camp ever, or are you just gonna say everything went great? They're not gonna tell the truth. Boost be lying. I have no problem
Oh
saying
yeah,
that.
have you watched the whole live stream? I mean, I can easily make a 15-part series on Jaron Boots Ennis, bro. If I wanted
You
to.
might as well. That'll be the great comeback of E3 because I love those series. But I just feel like he was just talking a good game so that no excuses could be made. I feel like it would have came out if Stanios beat him. So I don't know. He didn't look good fight week. He looked like a hopeless man. I was capping for him saying, "Oh, he looks fine. He didn't
Against
look good."
Stanios?
Yeah.
But see, why do you do that? See, this is my problem with you and some of these fucking Neanderthals in boxing, like you fans. Why do you cap for these niggas? Just be honest. If the nigga look like shit, say, "Hey, Boots, man, I think you need to go ahead and go up, bro. What you waiting on? Why lie for this nigga, bro? I don't get it. Go ahead."
It's the same. There's bootlickers, there's bud buddies, and there's aerosexuals. You have to pick a side.
I mean, I get you picking a side, but at the end of the day, I'm a bud buddy, but I hold Bud accountable all the time.
But you're a rare bud buddy. You're not really a bud buddy. You're more a boxer.
Yeah, I am. I feel like I'm the best one too, might I add. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you know. But I hold a nigga accountable all the time. I don't agree with everything Bud do and say. I done had several videos and shows going at Bud Crawford. But yeah, I don't understand why you would cap for Boots, bro. Like, this is not the time to be moving up to 154. Not right now. Now, if you go back to the negotiation table and the Norm is demanding $3 million or $4 million or $5 million, and I'm like, all right, bro, go ahead and move up because these niggas clearly don't want the fight.
E3.
I would say that then, but he didn't even let that play out.
But that's what was gonna happen. I watched one of Brian Norman Sr.'s recent interviews.
But you're assuming, boxing, you're assuming. You don't know that for a fact. You're assuming that was going to happen. But the only way to find out is to do what?
If you slap me in the face and we come together again, am I not anticipating you slapping me in the face again?
Bro, that's a bad analogy, boxing nerd, because first of all, they did not slap him in the face. According to Brian Norman, according to what I've heard him say out of his own mouth, his pops, they just wanted an extra $500K.
But the step aside would have to go to Karen. So where's the extra $500K?
Bro, that's an extra fight that he didn't have to take. You just admitted he's struggling to make weight. So why not have Eddie pay that step aside money, get this nigga, or you take away from your purse because you just did it with Stanionis. He could have did it with Brian Norman. Take away from your purse, give him that extra $500 or $250K and get it popping so you can unify. Then at that point, you would only have the unified with Barrios and then Stanionis, bro, which are two PBC fighters. Would that make sense?
That would make sense, but I just don't think they had the money in the pot to do so because this is all coming out of Eddie's pocket, and this is up to Eddie's because Turkey's not really financing this fight. He's not interested in these fights.
The fights that Turkey wanted, Boots,
Tio and Virgil.
Yes.
which
Yes.
I think is going to happen soon. They were talking to Virgil either August or December. Virgil said his head's not going to be ready by that time. So that's another reason. And not only that, Boots is not the only one that's been ducking, so-called ducking. Virgil was at 147 a long time ago. Virgil said, "Oh, I need 4 years. We're going to meet at the very top." Virgil hasn't got a championship yet. Yes, his resume is better, but like what is Virgil doing? He's an interim champion. He's
Yeah,
always been
Virgil
an
was ducking, bud. Yep, Virgil has
Versus
been ducking folks too.
not only that, but you know who Turkey went to before he went to Boots about the Virgil fight? He went to Bud and he went for the Fundora. They both said no.
Oscar De La Hoya and Turkey Al Sheik announced that fight was going to be next. Virgil Ortiz and Terrence Crawford at 154, and then they swerved it. So, it is what it is. Hey, hold on, Boxing Nerd. Don't go nowhere, bro, because we got some more smoke. Let me go to Goldie. He been waiting. You live on the chat with Pat. Talk to me, bro. Go. Just pop.
What's up, my brother?
Don't come on here with all that sleepy ass shit, bro. Wake your old ass up.
Man, the medicine, man. When I'm I'll tuck me a little nap. I'm trying to wake it up, man.
Yeah, wake your old ass up, nigga. It's time to get to work.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Got that boss of nerd. That bullshit you talking. That nigga ducking that ATL smoke, nigga.
No, he's
Tell us
not.
about it. Tell us about it, Goldie. Why do you feel like Jaron Lucas is dirty? Go ahead.
Man, let me tell you something. Awful boss of nerd. He just saying some crazy shit just then. Talk about they didn't have the money to give him the extra $500,000. That's bullshit. Eddie Hearn paid that extra money to get that fight. With Karen to keep that fight in the United States after he did not bid on the first bid.
Yep, I remember that.
So,
hey, Goldie, you got an echo. Why you always got an echo, bro?
I got an echo tonight.
Damn.
Come on now, dog.
I don't know why I got an
echo. Man.
Are you on speaker, bro?
I don't know why.
We gotta figure no, but no, we gotta know. We have to figure this out tonight. Okay? Are you on speaker?
Yeah, I'm on speaker.
Maybe you need to take me off a speaker, bro. And make sure when you click before you come in on the panel, there's a button that says echo cancellation. Make sure you
I
click
got that on there already.
Because you always have an echo, bro.
Is it echoing now? It's still echoing?
Yes. Hear my Craig voice off of Friday. Yes.
I can't hear it, though. I don't hear the echo on my end.
Yeah, you don't hear it, but I hear it.
Damn.
And me and Boxing have been going back and forth just fine with no echo, so I know it's you.
Damn, I apologize. I'm about to get off.
Are you using Firefox, Google Chrome?
I'm on
what are
Firefox.
you using, bro?
I'm on Firefox.
Yeah, man, you gotta get a headset or something, bro.
I can't my headset outside in the car, man.
Well, you can go to the car, get your headset. I'm gonna be here. Go to the car and get your headset. I don't want to hear no echo. Go.
I'm gonna step out for a minute.
All right, go ahead.
Got it.
All right, Boxing Nerd, go ahead and pop your shit, bro. What were you saying?
Oh,
Boxing Nerd. There you go.
Yeah, my bad.
Nah, you good.
Oh, I'm echoing now.
Nah, you good. I don't hear no echo, bro.
Oh, I just hear it from my side. Oh, I guess a goalie logo that left. But yeah, yo, I just feel like I would have loved to see those fights. I would have loved to see Boots beat the racism out of Teofimo. I'm pretty sure.
Why didn't he take that fight, bro? Why?
It
made all the business sense in the world. We know he's not gonna lose. What did Eddie mean by he said that he don't want to underperform against Tio? Tio, you worried about underperforming against Tio? Really?
If Boots was at 50% or 40%, I think he would have still beat him up, just based on the styles. But Teofimo is a counter puncher, but he always counters with like one shot, two shot. He's not a combination puncher. He's very slick. He has a decent jab. He's a good boxer. But let's critique his resume. Weight train Josh Taylor, injured Loma after the second round. His two best wins are kind of.
But I can vividly remember a guy on YouTube trying to tell you and one of these Neanderthals that used to come on my panel all the time this shit. Y'all said I was hating when I said Teofimo resume was overrated. Y'all said I was hating.
You see when you grow.
Do you remember that conversation?
Yes, I do remember that
conversation. All right, then you said I was hating. I was tripping.
Yes.
But honestly, if you really break down some of his best wins or you know, they could have been losses, or they should have been losses.
They smell kind of funky, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of a scent behind them, if you get what I mean. So, like, yeah, Josh
I
Taylor.
knew you would come around, nerd. I
No, for sure. I'm always
tried
gonna
to
come
tell
to
you,
the
bro.
light eventually.
You don't like to listen to me, bro. I don't know why you don't listen to me no more, bro.
No, I always listen. I'm just we butt heads every now and again, but I always come back. But yeah, the Josh Taylor win. He should have moved after the Regis fight, or even after the Ramirez fight for sure. But the Loma fight, I watched again. You could argue that was a draw. I watched the Devin fight back with one of my boys. That was an 8-4. It was clear for Devin Haney, like clear. Brimley was in my ear a couple years ago. That's why I was voting for Loma. I didn't really like Devin at the time either. But it was Devin really beat.
And you called me crazy, bro. Y'all swear up and down I was hating. I don't know shit about boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You said you was disappointed in me for saying this about T.O. I try to tell y'all niggas, bro. Y'all catch up in the end 9 times out of 10. I don't want to sound like a narcissist, but I'm usually right, bro, about certain shit. I'm usually right, boxing nerd.
I said that.
I'm just saying.
Yo, I did say I was disappointed. Yo, that's crazy.
Yes, you did, bro. Don't make me pull this shit up, bro.
No, that's funny.
It was like a 1-on-9 debate. It was me versus all you motherfuckers saying that I was hating on T.O. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. And I think the nigga overrated. I said he don't know how to cut out the ring. I said he barely uses jab. I said he has a bozo for a father as a trainer. They be drunk half the time. He don't know what the fuck he doing. You remember me saying all this shit?
Yep.
Y'all said I was crazy, but anyway.
No, for sure.
That's neither here nor there. So even with that being said, boxing nerd, why wouldn't Jaron Ennis take the fight? Take the fight. This is a layup. Teofimo, bro. Teofimo. He ain't even cracking at 140. What he gonna do to Jaron Ennis at 147?
Man, like his power literally stopped at what
Eddie Hearn, bro. I think he made a mistake by signing with Eddie Hearn, bro. I'm gonna keep it a book.
I can't say that, but
I can. Yeah, I said it. That's right.
Here's why
he made a mistake by signing with Eddie Hearn, bro.
Here's why it was a blessing and a curse. He got the most money and the most notoriety he's ever gonna get with Matchroom for up until this point, right?
True. I mean, he getting money, but a lot of you motherfuckers told me y'all didn't care about that when it came to Terrence Crawford. Because we used to say Terrence Crawford was the highest paid welterweight, but motherfuckers were saying, well, yeah, nigga, but what about his resume? He ain't fighting nobody, right? Or am I making it up?
No, you're not making it up.
All right, then. So, I mean, yeah, he getting the money. He getting to the bag. Congratulations to him. Let's give him a big old round of applause. He's robbing Eddie Hearn blind. But at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn ain't giving him the fights that he need. Not that he want, but the fights that he need. He need names, bro. We don't give a fuck about these belts, boxing nerd. He needs names on his resume, bro.
I mean, one of the 3 fights was the name and the champion of his division. So he came through one time. But he did sell out the arena twice. He did sell out the AC Atlantic City Arena. There's something crazy about that arena, actually.
I'm listening.
The day he did it, he was 27 years old, just like Floyd was when he fought Gotti. It was his 33rd fight, just like Floyd. 33rd fight. He stopped him in the 6th round like Floyd did. He made Gotti quit on his stool, just like Floyd did. Standing on his quit on the stool. So there was a lot of different things that made it a special night, you know. So like. And it ended up being one of the best performances at Atlantic City too. So,
you talking about versus Stanionis?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he did his thing, bro. I don't know if you saw the video I just played, but yeah, I congratulated him. But I also stated
you called him a unified email champ, bro.
He is the email unified champion. He's still the email unified champion.
Do that. If you're unifying,
he beat Stanionis, who didn't earn the belt either. I mean, there was 2 email champions there. He became unified. I mean,
why did they make the belt? Why did
now he would be a real unified champion if he would have fought Brian Norman or if he would have fought Mario Barrios. I don't even want to say his name.
Wait. Why would he be unified if it's them?
No, I said he would be unified if it was them because they actually won their belts.
No, they didn't. They all had
How
interims.
Brian Norman fought for the belt, bro. Didn't he fight Santillan for that belt? If I'm
For
not
the
mistaken.
interim title. It was for the interim title. He got elevated
But then he
later
got
on.
elevated, right?
Yeah, all of them got elevated. All of them. Didn't none of
Okay,
them fought.
well, I guess all these niggas are email
So
champions.
he'll be an email undisputed champion at that point if we're going
Okay,
off.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on real quick, nerd. Let me catch this super chat, man. Shout out to my boy DeMonte Walker for donating to the channel. He said, E3, do you think Boots is similar to Tank, as in having skills but not fighting the top competition? I think he's worse than Gervonta Tank Davis, bro. I don't know if you listened to the whole show, but earlier in the show, I said that Gervonta Tank Davis' resume puts Boots in his resume to shame. It puts it to shame, bro. Tank got more names than Jerome Boots Ennis. If we call him a spade, and I hate Fryheed. I like Boots way more than I like Fryheed. But I just got to be honest, bro. Boots need to get to work, bro. But let me get you right, fam. Let me find you some shit. Hit it!
Get a black, 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 fuck a black, get a white, boot it up, boot it up, boot,
all right, man. Goldie, you got your audio right, bro.
I'm better now.
Keep talking.
Can you hear me good now?
Hey, the Wolf Chat, y'all let me know if y'all hear echo coming from me, Goldie, or Boxing Nerd in the chat. All right, Goldie, go ahead and say what you had to say, bro, and then I'm gonna pass it back to Boxing Nerd. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I went and got my tablet this time. I'm on my tablet this
Thank
time.
you, sir.
I was on the phone. The phone was acting up. Somebody had my tablet, so I had to go get my tablet.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Like I was saying, Eddie Hearn had the money. He could have paid to get that fight done, but he didn't want to get it done. They're running. You feel what I'm saying? And like Boston Earl tried to say, oh, well, this fight here he could have negotiated during the fight. No, you don't negotiate while you got a fight coming up. Less than 2 weeks from the fight coming. Come on, man, be for real. You're trying to distract the man from the bullshit and get him off his game plan. But then when the day go back and tell, okay, we're still negotiating now. We'll do it right now. Eddie Hearn got quiet. You feel me? Boots are full of shit.
Yo, E3. I just want to prove something to D Young real quick. Pull up Brian Norman's resume and go to the Giovanni Santillan fight, and then you'll see what world title was on the line, just to prove he didn't fight for the real title.
All right, hold on.
Man, listen.
Oh,
that
shit.
thing there.
No, that's his pops.
Man.
All right, you said which fight? The Santillan fight? Boxing, are you still there?
My bad. Just read that out for me. The WBO what?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me zoom it in so y'all can see. My apologies. That should be super close on my end, but y'all, hold on. All right, so it says you talking about the Santillan fight?
Mm-hmm.
It says WBO interim world welterweight championship.
You see that, Dion? He fought, but already moved up, bro. No. It's still championship. He got elevated. I'm sorry to tell you.
That is a good point by D Young though. Bud did move up and drop that belt though, bro. I remember this shit.
He fought for the interim belt. Bud moved up, dropped the belt. He became a WBO full blown champion. All of them who had the belt is an email champion.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
The whole thing at 147. Just like I told you earlier, Boots was a goddamn unified email champion. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a unified email champion. A Duck unified email champion that day.
Okay, go.
So look at his resume though, bro. You cannot defend his resume, bro.
You can't.
Especially when you have big name guys calling him out now. You have a lot of guys that want to smoke with him, but he always looked the other way, Boxing Nerd. These are facts, bro.
The reason why he didn't want to fight TL because he wanted to unify. Okay. He was only going to stay down at 147 for the belts, and then the belt holders were moving funny.
That's not their excuse.
But Boxing Nerd, I call bullshit, bro. Because like I just asked you earlier, why not wait a couple more weeks after this fight with Brian Norman that just took place today, and go to the negotiation table? Why not reconvene? And then if they still on some BS, move up. Why can't he do it? He can't wait. So he just can't make 147 out the blue. It's impossible. It's impossible to make now. Just because of Brian Norman took a fight in between? Like what
Nah,
changed?
he's been capping for years. It's been hard for him for years. You know what it was? I
Oh,
feel like
man, come on,
hold on.
man.
All right,
No,
cut the
wait.
shit.
Let me just
All
no. Let me
right.
finish.
I'm listening,
I'll
bro.
just say this: that year he took off in 2023 to 2024, that was probably the worst thing that happened to him. I know it was legal troubles and all that other stuff, but that year of him taking off was really bad for his like welterweight supremacy goals. Like that year of him not fighting because of all that legal trouble, he probably gained a little bit more muscle mass or whatever else because he's always in the gym. But that probably hurt it the most. That's when he started really struggling. And he's been at the weight for like what, 9-10 years?
Yes, but
He's
he
27.
just said that it's easy to make the weight. We can't do this, bro. Every time we want to hold a man accountable to his words, now we say, oh, he was just capping. Like, bro, we can't give him a pass on this shit, boxing nerd.
Mm.
At least I'm not. Now you can because you're a fan. You love Boost. This is your guy. But I'm not gonna give him that pass, bro. I'm sorry.
Mm.
I think he can wait 1 or 2 weeks, maybe even a month, to try to negotiate and then say, look, man, I'm out. I'm
So
going to 50.
I can ask you the same question. Why didn't Brian
Okay.
Norman wait 2 weeks after he beat Stanley Ennis? Why didn't they wait a little bit of time before
I
fighting?
mean, according to what I heard from various people on social media, I don't know, but I'm just going out on a limb. I heard that they already had this fight waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
And it was over $1 million or something like that. And this was an opportunity to get an easy payday and more exposure by going to Japan. That's what they said. I don't know.
For the easiest win on his in history. The
I agree.
easiest win.
I agree. I wasn't asking for that fight.
No,
That's why I
but
said though it goes both ways. Like, bro, earlier in the show, I said both of these niggas are to blame for this fight not happening, but I just gave 60% to Jaron because he's the A side and 40 to Brian Norman. I think they're both responsible, bro, for this fight not happening. But then now I'm thinking about it. Why not be gangster, Brian Norman? Since you said that the man got his boots and he heard the storm coming and he left, try to fight him at a catch weight.
Mm-hmm.
Why not fight at 152?
What's wrong with that?
I ain't got no problem. How do you feel about that as a Boost fan?
Boost still going to duck you.
Would you tell Boost to take that fight if that gets presented at a catch weight?
I feel like the fight's bigger than the belts at this point. It's real bad blood.
I don't care about them belts. Absolutely, fuck them belts. We care about the matchups, bro. Why not? If Brian Norman and Boost, because they both sound like, damn man, this nigga bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it. Why not just go ahead and go to the table and try to negotiate a fight at a catch weight? That way, Boost can try to kind of get acclimated to 154, and then depending on what happened in that fight, Brian Norman can easily go back down to 147, or he could go to 54.
Now I'm gonna keep it real. It look more bad on Boost than it do on Brian Norman right now.
Okay, what percentage? Because I said 60-40.
Yeah, no
Boost.
You know, I say it's about 75% on Boots now.
Okay, I'm listening. Good.
I'm saying that.
Big fish.
Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is because Boots could have get that money up to get that fight. 500,000 wouldn't hurt it. Like you said, he did it for Stanley Ocean. Why couldn't he do it for goddamn Brian Norman?
Yep.
You feel me? Be for real now. Come on.
I mean, but on the flip side, though, in Boost defense, because again, I'm not being biased. I don't have a dog in this race. On the flip side, the Boots fans, like Boxing Nerd, can say, well, nigga, you should have just called his bluff and just took whatever they gave you just to beat his ass for the opportunity. Fuck the belts. Because you done already sparred this nigga twice and you claim that, you know what I'm saying, it kind of went good the second time around. So why not seize the moment? Take advantage of the opportunity. So that's why I say it goes both ways, bro. In this situation,
you know, like I said, you know, my thing is, like I said, I fought Eddie them more than any damn thing. It also have to look at how the way Boost been moving. You know, just recently, when they try to get Boots to fight Virgil, he turned the fight down. Oh, he ain't going to, I'm staying at 147.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Then he
Right.
fights Standard Osos, had the best fight of his career.
Nah, that was Roman Villa.
Nah, Standard Osos, he did it. Everybody y'all got all hyped up when he beat the hell out of Standard Osos.
Yeah, because of the accomplishment, but like the beating that he gave Roman Villa, and Roman Villa was more game than Stanionis. Stanionis quit on the split.
What I'm saying is,
he quit. He did quit.
He had no problem making the weight. He would this and he would that. Okay, fine. You feel what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, a week before Brian Norman had the fight, and you was next in line, you want to jump up and say you go to 54, or the doctor said
they both pulled the same stunt, bro.
The doctor hollering about
the same move, bro.
Hold on, you hollering about the doctor? You only fighting at 30 or 40%. Man, get the fuck out of here.
So Mr. Golden, you understand that the price would have went through the roof after a knockout like that in Japan. You understand they would have just priced themselves out again even more than before.
You can't do that, boxing nerd.
No, I can't, because
this is the shit that killed me with y'all niggas, bro.
Nah, he would have priced himself out, man.
How do you know that? You don't know that, bro. The only way to find out is to do what? Go to the negotiation table. That's the only way you're gonna say, oh, okay, yeah, that nigga priced himself out.
I'm
gonna let it happen, bro.
I'm gonna look for the interview and I'm gonna send you the clip right now. I'm gonna look for the interview and send you the clip.
What interview for what?
All right, hold on, y'all. Let me go to the general, man. He been waiting for a little bit. You live in the chat with the pack. Talk to me, big bro. What's happening? The general
E3 Goldie, my right brother, boxing nerd. What's good?
What's good, my brother? How are you?
My brother.
Yeah, man, I'm good, boss. What's going on, man?
Man, just talking about this Jaron Boots Ennis and Brian Norman situation, Teofimo. What is your perspective, bro? Talk to me.
Man, E3, we never agree. And once again, do I got an echo?
Somebody got an echo.
Is that me?
It might be you, because I think Goldie fixed his. Say something else. Goldie just muted himself. Go ahead.
Yo.
All right, go ahead and talk now. You good now.
Okay. Yeah, we don't agree on anything, E3, and the streak continues.
Yeah.
And anytime you're on the side of Goldie, E3, you're in a bad position, boy. Yeah, Goldie has been right one time, predicting Terrence Crawford to beat Earl Spence, and maybe 2 or 3 other fights. But them times he picked Wilder, he was wrong. So I'm gonna just let you know right there, E3, you out of pocket for being on Goldie's side. So how dare y'all talk about a resume? Oh my God, and y'all are buddies. How dare you talk about Boots' resume? How old is Boots right now, boxing nerd?
27.
27. Okay. Boots is 27 years old. If he's entitled to do the same thing Bud Crawford did, he can do about another 10 exhibitions. And finally fight his big fight when he's about 34, 35, like Bud. So, you know what I'm saying? So I don't get the pressure that's being put on this young man. He needs to get familiar. I heard him talking about his blood work and all of that. He made that excuse about he ain't at his optimal peak yet. So he's still getting better, E3. He not ready for all of this yet. But to go to the Brian Norman, who has Brian Norman fought? E3, is his resume better than Boots' resume? Do anybody want to see that resume? Can we get that up on the screen? Because who is Brian Norman? And E3, like we can make that assumption because it's an assumption being made that he would do good business this time. Man, they was trying to demand just another 500,000. Like, man, you better take this shit, man. Y'all ain't never been on any kind of big stage. y'all been, man, come on, E3.
Boots never been on no big ass stage.
Let him go, Goldie. Let him go, Goldie.
10,000 people, 14,000.
Brian Norman's resume is, I guarantee, it's on par or worse. It's got to be worse because I know he ain't fought nobody as good as Standing on his resume. Am I wrong? And they all his little fans like Goldie, they running around like he beat Monster Inoue this morning. Like man, he beat a jabroni.
He
E3.
beat Inoue's distant cousin.
Yeah. His step brother.
Man, y'all talking all that phony ass shit. You talking fish? Don't come in here with that bullshit, man.
Hey, Brian
You talking about
Norman
resume?
isn't dessert like Boots. Like Boots got way bigger fish to fry than
What bigger fish
Brian
to fry?
Norman. That would be a
Listen.
major bump in the road to even waste time with him because
Everybody,
especially like what Boxing Nerd said, especially they got that knockout now, man. His pops about to be acting like Bill Haney, boy. Big time.
already doing that.
The price has gone up.
listen.
They definitely like
You talk
Boxing
about
Nerd.
resume. You talk about resume. Y'all always
Goldie,
talk
let
about
him.
resume.
Goldie.
Huh?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let the general go, bro. He been waiting. Let him cook. I'm gonna let you respond. We ain't going nowhere, bro. Go ahead and finish, General.
So the price has gone up tremendously. Them boys they don't even want to fight Boots. They really just talking because they want to pad the bank account and fight the caliber of fighters that they fought this morning. That's what they really want to do. They don't really want to fight Boots, and Boots really don't want to fight them. So like they both just talking to me. But if I had to put my money on who would win if they did fight, E3 it would be Boots hands down. Because Brian Norman ain't proved nothing to me.
He's only
Hey,
24.
I agree.
Don't rush him.
Like I said earlier, bro. Like I'm not gonna overreact to what I saw today. The nigga fought a nigga that worked at Genghis Grill this past weekend and made my bowl. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not overreacting to that.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
gonna do that. I'm not gonna crown him prematurely because I said that on the last episode, General Big Fish. We crown these fighters too goddamn early. So I'm just saying, in terms of making the fight, negotiating, one of them pulled a move by taking his Jin Sasaki fight. All right, whatever. Boots pulled a move by fighting Karen, and then he fought Standing Ennis. And now Boots about to move up 2 days before the goddamn this fight. Like they both moving funny, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead and say what you was gonna say, Goldie.
Let me see some real quick.
Go ahead,
You know who Jin Sasaki would be? Joe Louis had a bum of the month. Jin Sasaki was bum of the month.
Yeah, he looked terrible, bro. Yeah, he was terrible at range and distance. His legs didn't look there. He was getting caught. Yeah, man, that was a horrible opponent, bro. That wasn't that. Go ahead, Goldie.
Nah. I'm sick of y'all always talking about Bud resume. It's not that man fought if everybody ducked him. All the top fighters ducked the man ain't wanting to fight him. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, Bud waited this long to do this. Bud waited this long to do that. That man put out there and tried to fight the best. Every division that he was in, he fought the best. Okay? He fought the best at 135, 140. And when a nigga was running from Victor Poster, who was the killer in that, who went in there at 140, he fought him, destroyed his ass. He came to 147, all the type fighter, which was over at PBC, they played that in-house shit and wouldn't fight the man. None of them wouldn't fight him. So you know why? Because they was afraid of him. And and what they say, it's a world champion. It didn't say PBC champion. That's what happened when every time the boys stepped out of the PBC, they got their ass whooped. Even down to Wilder. You feel what I'm saying? He fought up in-house fighters and shit. Yeah, that shit patty. You feel me? That shit was patty. Because they didn't get their sports or fight nobody else. Different cultures, different people, different places and shit. Different styles of fighter. That's why they got their ass whooped. When that man moved, when Bud moved to 154, the first person he's supposed to have fought was Tim Tszyu for the WBO title. And what they did, they pulled the hooky joker shit, put Keith Thurman in there. They pulled a fight at a catch weight. That shit didn't happen. Then Fondul jumped in the way. When they put Fondul in as a replacement. Then what Fondul them do? They duck Bud. So I don't want to hear the shit talk about Bud resume this, who Bud fought, who Bud fought. All the top fighters were scared to fight him. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence. All them top fighters they had at 147. None of them want to fight this goddamn man.
And at 155. He was getting up at 154 before he even moved up.
And that 150. Let me finish saying what I gotta say. I listen to you, goddamn it. You listen to me. You talking all that goddamn shit. I'm sick of your ass. Nah. And this boot situation, come on, man. Boots is just as phony as he want to be. Boots had an opportunity to fight Bud at 147. He ducked Bud on more than one occasion. Virgil did it the same thing. You know,
more than one occasion. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he ducked both. He ducked Bud on more than one occasion.
I understand January of 2023. All the other
I don't fault Boots for ducking Bud, but what I do get on him about is all that capping he been doing, like he really wanted to fight. That's my issue with Boots. I don't have a problem with him ducking Bud because it's wise to duck Bud. He would have got knocked the fuck out, knocked out cold, in my personal opinion. Right?
I don't know
what's wrong with that, but don't be running around here masquerading, acting like you really wanted to fight. Oh, I've been calling for that fight since 2018, nigga. No, the fuck you hadn't.
Anybody knew who the fuck you was
in 2018.
Bud has only knocked out 2 people out cold. He stopped them.
Okay, he would have got Boots. Would have got knocked out cold.
No,
that's right. I said it. He would have got knocked out cold. His defense, he doesn't have any defense, boxing nerd. Get over it. I don't see.
He has better defense than most people. What are you talking about?
He's Jared Hurd 2.0. You gonna find out the hard way.
Jared
Hurd 2.0. Yes.
How?
Yes.
Who's more skilled between Jared Hurd and Bruce right now? Who's more skilled?
Hey,
who's more skilled?
You're going to. Hey.
Jared Hurd washed up right now.
You talking about
Jared Hurd washed up.
He lacks defensive skills. He's a terrible fighter on the inside. His chin be wide up in the air.
That's because he wants to fight you. Is Brian Norman
always making excuses?
Fighter?
You see how you always, because he wants to fight. So he wants to get hit in the face, is what you're saying.
So what did Brian Norman?
I asked you a question, bro. No.
We didn't talk about Brian Norman
with a question. I ain't saying nothing. I asked you. I said, so he wants to get hit in the face? Is that what you saying?
He rolls with a lot of those shots. Do you understand?
People ain't got no power.
Man, that nigga went rolling against Stanionis. He was getting clipped. He was getting clipped against Avenue.
He was rolling against most of the shots.
He got against Terrence, bro.
He got hit flush with one right hand. One.
What fight?
One or two. Boots. One or two right hands flush. Everything else he was rolling. What are you talking about?
Hold on, man. Let me finish the super chat. Give me 1 second, y'all. Shout out to DeMonte again for donating to the channel. He said, I like Boots, but come on, Fish. Nobody was yelling Bud name at 27 like they was with Boots. They yelling Boots name loud. They fear Bud. They don't with Boots. Stop hating. Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
No, it's not.
47 calling Bud name.
No, it's not that's a twit. That's a twit. That's a Bud Buddy twist. That's a Bud Buddy twist. And I'm glad he said that, right? E3 to thank you for that super chat, because that's a D way to LeBron, and I'm LeBron. I'm about to slam that shit home. E3, please let me cook on that. So nobody, like he said, nobody was calling Terrence Crawford's name at 27 years old. Thank you. And also to the point where Goldie was talking about this coulda, woulda, shoulda resume, and he tried and all that shit. You trying to blame PBC for the sorry resume that he have. Did PBC stop him from fighting Manny Pacquiao? Did PBC stop him from fighting Mikey Garcia? Did the PBC prevent him from stop being a weight bully and going up and possibly challenging Andre Ward? It's Timothy Bradley. Tim Bradley. He could have fought. Top rank got about 15 Hall of Famers in or around his weight class.
Come on, man.
Don't. Yeah, Boosie. Yeah, I'm glad you played Boosie. Yeah, stop hanging out with Boosie too. But E3, it was plenty of fighters at top rank that he could have fought It's a whole bunch that he could have fought to
Andre
where his
Ward,
resume would be way better than it
Andre
is.
Ward, Timothy Bradley.
Boxer, you co-signing this shit? Now y'all niggas want Bud to move up to fight Andre Ward. Is that what we doing in 2025? Are these the new talking points, General Big Fish?
I'm just saying who was on top rank. He could have. Yeah, he been draining himself for years. He could have been moved up.
Hey, listen, Big Fish, I agree. But Bud should fight Magneto. He should fight Sabretooth.
So you
he
being
should fight
ridiculous.
Wolverine. He should fight Juggernaut. He should fight everybody. Let's put Bud in the ring with Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk too. After this,
see, y'all go cherry pick the Andre Ward name, but what about the other ones? Why he didn't fight Manny Pacquiao?
You said
what? I know I said
Ward.
that, but I'm just naming the big names that's on there that he could have fought.
That motherfuckers, man.
Why would he fight Andre Ward?
Man, why you just picking that? Okay, scratch him out the
list. Why you answering the question with a question?
Scratch him out the list. Why he ain't fight Manny Pacquiao?
Can I answer your question, sir? It's okay. That was the most ridiculous name that you stated. That's why I'm picking it out. Why would you say he needed to fight Andre Ward?
No, I said the people that was at top rank that he could have chose to fight if he wanted to. Just like he being ridiculous. Just like this is ridiculous for him to move up 2 weight classes. It's the same thing.
Andre Ward was with Chris and Jay-Z and Rock Nation, bro. He wasn't with top rank.
You know the fight is gonna be an 18 by 18 ring, right?
I don't care. What does that matter? You think that means something to me?
And Crawford at the 18 by 18.
That just means Crawford gonna beat the hell out of him even more. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm gonna talk about that fight tomorrow, though. I don't even want to talk about it tonight. We focusing on your guy boots.
And then he got the nerve to call Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia ducked the fuck out of Bud.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to fight Bud because he moved too much. So he was on that Canelo shit.
He ran in the amateurs the whole time. So that motherfucker, Danny Garcia ducked his ass. All them boys over there, when he called all the big names, they duck it. And then he talking about Bud was too big. Bud came from 135, went to 140. When he was at 140, he got the fights at the PBC. He fought the PBC guys, some of the PBC guys when he was at 140. When that man
he was at 135, he should have been at 140. And when he was at 140, he should have been in 147. And he told it when he was at 147, he should have been in 154.
His resume at 140 is so weak.
That man was small. He grew into the weight.
Boxing nerd, if Terrence Crawford's resume, his undisputed run at 140 is weak, then what are you calling Jaron Boots in his resume at 147?
I never said it was strong. When have you ever?
No, I'm just asking you. What do you call it though? Because if Buzz is trash at 140, what is Jaron Boots Ennis? I'll wait.
It's 4.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just stating the obvious.
Okay, all right.
You remember your friend according to boxing? He made a stupid ass take.
Yeah. Shout out to him. That's my dog.
He said that
Cut your cam on, Kane. I ain't see you, bro.
According to boxing, I actually said that.
Thank you, sir.
If Boots didn't move to 154 and fight Murtagiev immediately, he's not that guy. He said that Bud always fought the champions at 140, moving up a weight class. He fought Thomas Delorme for a vacant title, the WBO vacant title. He fought Jeff Horn for the 147-pound WBO title.
Facts.
After the Pac-Man fight, so we're not gonna. But Jeff Horn ended up being shit, and he fought Madrimov.
Yep, Madrimov.
Any of those three names, are they anything close to as dangerous as Murta Baccarat?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you, bro. But I don't think that was his point. His point is he always fought a champion when he moved up. That's his point.
No, his point is he wants to get Boots beat to fight the most dangerous person.
Oh my God. Come on. You got to get off the game.
Who's the most dangerous person at 154?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Bro.
I don't know. All these, bro, you acting like these niggas that fought each other. They ain't fought each other.
But you understand. Baccarat fought Tim Tszyu. He had a broken right hand, and he beat him.
Bro, I never looked at Tim Tszyu as being this world killer. I never looked at him like a world beater. I always thought Tim Tszyu was overrated. So, I mean,
what you see everything then, don't you? Shit, I can't.
No, but all I'm saying is, bro, I believe what he was trying to say is Bud is going for a belt as soon as he steps into new weight division. And he's doing it again with Canelo. So what he said, in my personal opinion, is facts.
So why can't he go for who else the WBO?
I can look.
Canelo got all the belts.
Fedor has a
No,
fight.
wait a minute. No, Fundora got them belts. And he about to fight
Fedor's
somebody
fighting
else, right?
Fundora got two.
Right.
Bakrup's
They're about to
actually
run it
gonna
back.
fight. He's gonna fight Josh Kelly. They're in talks right now. And
Okay, so let me ask you this, Boxing Nerd, before I pass the mic and read the super chat, bro. Do you believe Jaron Boots Ennis is still going to run into those same political issues with the PBC?
No, everybody's
Because
about smoking
Ashton got the
154.
belt. He's about to fight Tim Zoo. You see where I'm going with this shit? They still might ice. He probably about to go through the same shit Bud was going through.
Because they're both amazing. That's why their resumes are not the greatest as good as they're supposed to be.
But I'm
One is
asking you,
all-time
though, do you
great,
think that's a
but he's-
possibility that he might get iced out at 154 as well? From
Yes.
unifying and becoming undisputed?
Because he's that good. He is that
Man,
good.
that damn good. That man
Hold on,
got
man.
Golden, stop, please.
Hey, let me read the super chat, y'all, and then I'm gonna pass the mic. Shout out to my boy again, man, with the donation. DeMonte, he said, "Facts, Goldie. Bud putting fear in boxers in America and in other countries is that why y'all don't like him." Yeah, man, it's the boogeyman. It's the boogeyman. All right, man. Let me do this. Let me pass the mic to King. You're live on the chat with Pat. Talk to me, bro. What's happening? What up, King?
What's happening? What's happening? What it do, man?
What's going on, my brother? How are you?
All right, good. I'm good, man. Shout out to everybody on the panel. I just want to chime in right quick, man.
Absolutely.
Looking at Boots, it looked like he is and he has attended the Earl Spence Duck Goose Academy. You know what I'm talking about? Because Earl Spence ducked Bud the first fight, he ducked the rematch, and Boots ducked Bud. Then he ducked Norman, he ducked T.O. And now I'm hearing the same talking point with him moving to 154 about soft touches. If Earl Spence come back, he should get a soft touch. Now Boots moving up to 54 should get a soft touch. These dudes is ducks, man. Overrated ducks. That's all they is. Put a little gravy on them and serve them for Thanksgiving. Tired of hearing about these dudes. They don't want to fight nobody for real. They just want to run their mouth and act like they, big dogs in the sport, but they not.
I agree, man. And a lot of this shit come from that James Harden looking motherfucker perpetuating nonsense for Jaron Boots Ennis and making excuses for him ducking. And you left off Virgil Ortiz, just FYI.
Both of them. That's a
like
fact.
The contract was said 147, but then he said they changed it to 154 and he wasn't privy to it. But then he doubled back and said that he didn't know nothing about the fight. So, like, come on, bro. Like, him and his team be all over the place, which is why I feel like the nigga made a mistake by signing with Eddie Hearn. Because he ain't delivering the fights. He getting money, but he ain't getting the fights. Go ahead, King. My bad.
Nah, bro, I don't got much more to add to it. I think he's just, a more gifted Earl Spence. That's what I think he is.
So
and at some point,
let me ask you this, not to cut you off, bro. So we hear what Brian Norman said after he knocked out Jen Sasaki. We know what Boo's been saying, and Eddie Hearn and the Normans and all that going back and forth. How do you feel about a fight between those two at a catchweight? Because honestly, I don't care about the belts. I'm not sure how you feel about the belts. I just want to see the matchup. Do you think they should possibly run it at 152, maybe?
Yeah, look, it's hard to take Boots for what he say, because one point he is hard for him to make the weight, then the next moment it's easy for him to make the weight. He ain't got no problem with it. So I don't know. To me it seemed like it's like he going up to 54 to avoid Norman. I think Norman would fight him at a catch weight. I think at this point it would be a big fight. It probably would be a fight that Turkey would back. Especially coming off that performance. I understand that Sasaki wasn't nobody, to write home about, but he won that fight in spectacular fashion, and everybody is taking notice. Those are probably the two biggest names at 47 would be Boots and Norman. So I believe he would get behind that fight to have that, as a good fight. It might not be a main event, but Could he get that fight as an undercard for Canelo Bud? Do they got enough time for that? I don't know.
Yeah, they got enough time for it.
They ain't got enough time for it because they're about to do the presser tomorrow, bro. Unless they haven't added the undercard fights. But according
because I ain't heard nothing about the undercards yet.
Up and comers on that card because I don't think they're gonna be able to pay no real big names like Boots.
Right.
Well, not big names, but notable names like Boots and Norman. What they want for that card. So, but yeah, anyway, yeah. I think they should for it at a catchweight, bro. Why not? Why not?
Boots ain't gonna take the fight, dog. He not gonna take that fight. And now he can't go up and fight Bakram. Like, come on, bro. And he ain't finna fight Virgil. So who he finna go up there and fight?
That's who I want him to fight if he going to 54. I want to see that matchup between him and Virgil.
He ain't gonna fight Virgil. He's scared.
Anybody that got power is not gonna fight. Name one fighter. Boots
Hold on, y'all. Let's let the Boots representative respond. Boxing nerd. What do you say to King's point, bro? Go ahead.
That he's scared of Virgil?
Yeah.
No, that's incorrect. Simply because when Boots and Virgil were at 147, Boots was going on interview saying, I'll fight him now. I have no problem fighting him. Virgil was saying, I'll fight him at the very top. I'll fight him. And his trainer, Robert Garcia, was saying 36 to 48 months to fight him. That sounds like 4 years. That sounds like 3 years. They weren't ready to fight him back then. And then you offer him a fight, and he's supposed to go to back-to-back camps. You offer him after November, after a hard-fought fight against Karen, when you get turned down by Bud and Fundora beforehand. You want him to move to 154 when you knew he wanted to unify at 147. It makes much sense. Turkey's not really caring about what Boots has planned. Turkey wants to see the fights that he thinks are the best fights. But Boots had a plan. He's been telling you he's had a plan. If he can't get the titles at 147, he's going to 154. He got one title. The other two were pussyfooting around. One's fighting Manny Pacquiao. One went to fight Sushi Roll in yesterday. It ended up being an expired sushi roll, bro. Like I was
First of all, you think everybody's supposed to sit around and wait on Boots' ass? The boys don't sit around and wait on Boots.
Trying to get the fights, Mr. Gold. You've been trying to get the fight.
See, y'all want everything to fall in Boots' hand when Boots want it done. You feel what I'm saying? If Boots was really about that and he wanted that shit, fucking fighting Ebenezer, fighting Karen.
Bud fought Ebenezer.
That was a waste of money. That was a tune-up fight, nigga.
Bud fought David Ebenezer. See the hypocrisy?
No, I don't see the hypocrisy, Big Fish, because they clown Bud for fighting him just to turn around and fight him, and then he ended up being a nigga sparring partner.
Boots ain't on his level, bro. Stop it. Boots is not in the status of Bud Crawford.
Oh, we know that,
bro,
but you don't see the hypocrisy. You can't shit on his opponent.
Man, you can't put the same status on Bud.
After you see the experts, you turn him into your sparring partner. But y'all bash this nigga for mindset.
Nah, bro.
He should have fought me.
Bud fought him so Boots can fight him.
But hold on, didn't Bud try to fight Boots and Boots turned it down? That's how he ended up fighting Ebenezer.
Trying to fight no damn Boots. No,
come on, Big
wasn't
Fish.
trying to fight Boots. Are you kidding me?
Come on, Big Fish.
When was Bud gonna fight Boots?
Big Fish drunk tonight.
When?
Man.
Prove it.
As the tune up before Earl.
You don't remember
he tried to fight Boots then. They turned the fight down, talking about they was only fighting on Showtime.
They were loyal to a company that no longer exists. Steven Espinosa.
Come on, bro. Stop that, Big Fish. You know better than that, bro.
Bro, that would have been suicide for Boots to fight Bud anyway.
This was on $1 million worth of game, Big Fish. Stop capping, bro.
I forgot about that, but that was hey, that wasn't a fight that Boots was supposed to take. That would be crazy.
No, I agree.
What are y'all talking about?
No. I disagree because how does Boots sit up and claim that he been calling out Bud for years.
That's my beef.
And then, but Bud brings the offer to him, and they turn the offer down.
I want to bet with King.
I agree.
Virgil Boots. I want to bet you.
What up, Pastor? I see you, boy. You cut your cam off.
That ain't no problem. I'll take your money, bro.
So you want to bet with King about what, Boxing Her? We got to get this on record.
Boots and Virgil. We can lock that in. I'll write it down and everything.
I tell you what, if you can't get a bet with King, I bet you.
Oh, he can get a bet with me.
Wait,
you always bet. You always bet, Boxing Nerd.
Yeah, you always take my money, bro. But you got Virgil beating Boots?
You said what now?
You got Virgil beating Boots?
Yeah, I would take that bet. Yeah, I would pick Virgil to beat Boots. Absolutely. Definitely. I told you that.
It's gonna look like the Stadionos fight, I promise you.
All right. Well, I mean, he gotta fight the nigga first for that to happen.
I can make it to
your man's got to sign on the dotted line, bro, and accept his biggest payday for that ass.
He was scary at 147. He's not scared of Virgil.
But what happened at 154? They sent. I hear what you're saying, but they never sent the offer at 147, and the offer was sent at 154 though. And Boots said no mas.
Well, he was at 147.
Bro,
he got 147. What are you guys really talking about?
Bro, we know Virgil had problems making weight at 147.
Boots
like y'all need to stop bringing that up.
Too. He just didn't get
not according to Boots.
Yeah, he's been lying. We get that. He's been lying.
So we supposed to believe you over him,
bro. If you're having a bad if you're getting injured and you're a professional athlete and they're asking you questions about your training camp and all this other stuff, you're supposed to be truthful and say, "Oh, this is the worst training camp I've ever had. I don't know why I still make this weight." Yada yada. Or are you supposed to lie and say, "Oh, I'm feeling amazing"? Da, 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 da.
No, you ain't got to lie, but you can still be truthful and say this was a tough camp. It's getting harder for me to make 147. Like you can just be honest.
But Boots been lying this whole time apparently. Because 1 minute he say, "Nigga, I just got a nutritionist. It's easy. Look at me at the weigh-in. I feel stronger. I feel great." And then the next minute, when it's time to make the fight that we wanted to see you make at 47, now I wasn't operating in my optimal. You know what I'm saying? Like at 30%, 40%. Like I'm going to be way better.
Victor Conte tested that blood. E3 told him, we can do something way better than this. Boots.
Here
we
go.
can do something way better.
And even that. I'm
make
a
your
Boots
point,
fan,
but I'm past the Boots. Go ahead.
Off of one blood test, you can't get your performance in the ring off of one blood test. If it was a doctor that has been following his career from like when he started as a pro till now and taking certain levels and measurements on his how his body is moving when he does cut weight, and then have performance tracking throughout his career, then I believe it. Off of one blood test, you shouldn't be able to get the performance in your ring or your ability or your PRs and everything from a blood test. I don't agree. That's some bullshit. That's coming from a Boost fan, by the way.
Hey, man, let me do this, y'all. Hold tight. Let me go out to Pastor Gooch. You're live on the chat with the pack. Talk to me, fam. What's happening?
Man, what up, E-Thriller in the Wolf Pack? What's good with y'all, man? Look,
it's
man,
It's good to you.
Yes, it is. I ain't gonna be too long because I'm really disrespecting myself, but I had to get on here and let this be known. I'm always getting on here to let this be known. I will be back, E-Thriller, but I just wanted this to be known. If I don't come back, I won't. Big Fish and Q. The way y'all did my OG, tried to do my OG, ain't happening, homeboy. Y'all gotta see me. Y'all gotta see me, homeboy. Y'all been doing Mr. Go. Y'all been trying to do Mr. Go. I'm proud of you. You're standing strong, old man. You stand strong against them haters because they don't like us. They don't like us. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm gonna say. Big Fish, Q. Mr. Gooch is putting it out here. You can do it on my show. We can do an E-Thriller show, anybody's show, but I'm coming for you. Do a one-on-one with me. We ain't gonna do no tag team. I want a one-on-one. I want a one-on-one with Big Fish, and I want a one-on-one with Big Q. Y'all ain't gonna jump me. We gonna do this.
Let me ask you this, Pastor Gooch. When are you available? Are you available tomorrow? I mean, when are you available?
I will be available. Let's say let's set this up for next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. I'm good in the afternoons.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it during the week, bro. Cause my schedule will be crazy. I work crazy hours and shit.
Okay, let's see if I can.
I only
See
come
next
on
week.
so many times during the week, if that.
See, I got two big projects
They
this
have to either be
weekend.
on a Friday or maybe on a Saturday or something, or a Sunday. It's gonna have to be like on a weekend.
Well,
Okay, let's do it on a Sunday.
Y'all know next weekend it's the 4th of July weekend now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because this weekend I got two big that's what I'm trying. I got these projects I'm trying to get out the way. Let's do this. Let's do this next Sunday. Not next
Yeah,
Sunday.
I agree. To Sunday, it's gonna be Pope Fish versus Pastor Gooch.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's a good.
That's a go. That's a go. I
Let me
can't.
ask you something real quick before you go, bro. How do you feel
Yes,
about
sir.
this Jaron Boots in the situation? Do you feel like he should have tried to renegotiate with the Normans to try to unify at 147, or do you think he's doing the right thing by moving up to 154? Talk to me, Pastor. Lay some hands on this, man.
Here we go. This is what I'm on. Me personally, just after what I seen today, this morning, Brian Norman negotiated that $2 million because he felt in his heart that he was a $2 million man, and he proved it this morning because he's a knockout artist. Boots, when y'all brought that negotiation up, you knew you had to fight Kukoc. So I don't even know why y'all even tried to talk that shit with Norman. Now is the time, though. Within the next, whoever said the next 72 hours, it's the time. It's the time for them to do that shit right now. Come down to 147 one more time. You talk about you drank and shit, but then I'm hearing you feeling good. So I don't know which Boots I should believe. Remember how they did that with Terrence Crawford? So I'm gonna do that with Boots. I don't know which Boots we should believe right now. But what I do know, you need to see that young man named Brian Norman. You do need to see him. I don't. That's just me. I think they need to fight, fam. They do.
Well, what do you think about a proposed fight at a catchweight, say 152?
They need to fight, fam.
Because I don't even care about the belts. I just want to see the fight. There's been too much back and forth. The
I just want to see the fight.
More stories, the daddy going back and forth with the other pops. I want to see the fight at 152.
Yeah.
And then when it's over, Norman can go back down and reign supreme at 47. Boots can move up to 54 and do what he got to do. That's where I'm at. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but I'm just putting that out there in these YouTube streets and see if you can, gain some legs. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan, man. That sounds like the plan. Like shit. Do it at a catchweight. Damn, I didn't even think about that. Do it at a catchweight. Let's go.
Yeah, I thought about that today at work, bro. I'm like, man, why don't these niggas just fight at a catchweight? Since it's hard for him to make the weight, and then Brian Norman, he looked pretty big for the division anyway. Shit,
right?
I mean, y'all ain't about to become undisputed anyway. Shit, line it up at a catchweight.
Man, what? You just put some on my brain. Let me ponder on that one. I'm gonna be back, man. I got something to say. I'm gonna finish my shit up, but I'm gonna be back, man. Big Fish. If I don't, I'm gonna call you. We gonna put this negotiation on. Let's do a signing. Q. I heard it from Big Fish. He says it's a go. When I'm get Q? When do I get Q? Y'all know I've been trying to get Q for 2 years now. When do I get Q? Big Fish just that's gonna be a fillet of fish. I need the barbecue.
Hey man, we might have to pay the General Big Fish some step aside money to get you a Q on Sunday.
Hey, that'll work.
I'll
I'm just saying.
step aside money.
Yeah,
I want to give you what you want, bro.
Yeah, I think
Q
Q want the pastor real bad, man. I think Q
we ain't gonna do no ducking. There ain't no ducking on the EI City podcast. If you want Q, goddamn it, Q gotta line it up.
Hey, no, me and Q been this has been itching for this one. But see, I don't know which Q I'm getting.
Brian Norman, y'all gotta make this happen.
Hold on, but I don't know which Q I'm getting because Q been flip flopping lately, fam. Come on. Is this gonna be fair? I'm gonna say
you look at my nigga at work right now. I know he at work. He would have been on here.
I just realized you put 2 belts on the belts, bro.
Yeah. You like the thumbnail? Yeah, man.
Oh, you foul for that, man.
Yeah, I'm a foul nigga, bro. I know it. I ain't shit.
Hey, man, I'm gonna be back with y'all, man. I'll be right back.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, Pastor.
Yes, sir.
Already, man. The panel back open, fellas. Y'all go ahead and rock. I know Goldie got something to say.
I'm gonna sit back here relaxing and listen to the bullshit. You know, I mean, they making all the goddamn excuses. I'm gonna say this in here, and but y'all begin to sound like Wilder.
What you mean?
All
Not
these
past the
goddamn
Wilder.
excuses be making.
Pastor Wilder.
Yeah, and I don't talk about my boy like that anyhow. But I'm just telling you like it is. Y'all making all these goddamn excuses. Y'all sound just like Wilder. Fuck that shit.
He better not lose his next fight. That's
He
what
better
I'm
not even lose that. That nigga lose this fight here, boy. I'm gonna kick his ass, my goddamn self.
Who you talking about, Pastor Wilder?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's fun enough.
Man, ain't nobody, don't nobody care about that fight, bro.
I
Shit
ain't even
over.
talking about
Goldie got me in his temple
I am not
watching
about to
that.
waste my time talking about Pastor
that.
Wilder,
Talking
bro.
about that shit, man. I ain't fighting
So,
the head with
so
He
Wilder.
gonna get hurt,
can,
bro.
can,
Wilder
can,
just sit his ass down so
can
for they
Wilder make another title run?
that man gonna fuck around and kill
Hell
Wilder.
nah. Come on, boxing nerd. I don't even think he can beat a D minus fighter at heavyweight, let alone, man. No, he'll never win another belt
Hell no.
ever.
He talk a good game. He was going to get knocked out on BLK Prime. Then I'm gonna kick his ass too.
Man, I don't even want to talk about Deontay Wilder. I
Yeah,
logged
I'm
off.
talking
What's
about
going to tell
Wilder
you
ass.
about that
Hey
nigga, bro?
King.
King gone, bro.
King gone? Oh
Yeah,
shit.
he dropped out. Looked like he dropped off.
Oh, okay. I thought King was
Yeah,
still
he skated up out of here, Fish, before I can clown him about OKC losing.
He burned
Yo,
out.
this series is getting interesting.
I see they got hood out tonight. I ain't even get to watch the game. They got hood. King, bring your ass back on here, Nick. Yeah, game 7. They're gonna cheat OKC though at home. We already know that.
So what happened tonight, E?
As far as what?
What is game 7 coming up?
Yeah, it's a game 7 coming up. I don't know what happened because shit, I was on here entertaining y'all. I ain't watched a quarter, so I can't even get no perspective on the game.
Oh shit. Damn, the way everybody talking, Indiana gonna roll through the boys, isn't it?
Nah, everybody was saying OKC was gonna win.
Oh, I thought Kobe, since Kobe's left the NBA, I started watching that shit.
Yeah, I know, Goldie.
But
you need to start watching basketball. What type of nigga don't watch basketball, bro?
Man, the league is watered down right now, man.
Nah, on the cool though, I be feeling like you when I watch OKC because it's like when I turned on the game when I was eating before I went live, I seen like a couple of plays and they called some bullshit ass touch fouls for SGA. I was like, bro, it's like, man, I ain't about to watch this shit. Like, that shit's crazy.
I ain't gonna tell you no lie. You for a minute, I thought shit. He ain't coming on, man. I'm looking at the time. I said, man, bro, ain't coming on the game on too. I said, man,
Nah,
fuck
I was coming on. I'm coming on tomorrow too. Definitely gonna come on and talk about the Canelo and Crawford pressing for sure. I got a whole lot to say.
I want some shit talk. I don't like this kumbaya dinner bull BS.
Bud just happy to be there, boxing
I don't
nerd.
want to touch up on it tonight, y'all, because if we do that, then there ain't gonna be no reason to go live. I hear what you're saying, boxing nerd. I'm talking about this picture right here. All I'm gonna say is, Bud, do not trust Turkey McMahon. I don't trust him.
I told you,
I don't trust that
he just
nigga,
happy to be there, man.
I don't want to get too deep into it because I'm gonna go in tomorrow, but I don't like what I'm seeing, bro. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like the scenery. I don't like how they looking all cozy together. I don't like nothing about this picture, right? This photo.
What about the picture with him and Boosie? E3, did you like that? Did you like
I'm cool
that
with
picture?
him kicking it with Boosie. Boosie is a Wolfpack member, bro. You know, Boosie is a very intricate part of my channel. I'm cool with him kicking it with Boosie. You know,
Man,
Boosie be rocking with Bud.
Hey, that'd
Come
be
on
just,
now, dog.
hey, that'd be just as
Come
bad
on, man.
if Bud was hanging with Goldie, man. That would be horrible.
Oh shit. Man, fuck you,
Hey man, I'm gonna say this though. I got a text message from my guy, Coach Malachi. He want me to put it out here. I'm gonna put it out here. Well, I don't know if you want me to put it out here, but I told him I'm gonna do it anyway because I support those who support me. He got an interview coming out. I don't know when it's gonna drop. He said it just made it back to Tampa, and he is interviewing the boogeyman, Terrence Bud Crawford. So y'all be on the lookout for True Media Today podcast.
Oh shit!
Special interview with the boogeyman before he headed to Riyadh season. Shout out to Coach Malachi. I don't know if you wanted me to put that out there, bro, but I put it out there anyway. Yeah, I said
a little preview, a little trailer.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm licking my chops, man. Licking my chops.
Yo, this dinner that they're having, it looks like Bud Crawford. Will you take Canelo to be your next opponent?
The Last Supper.
Yeah, these niggas. Yeah, man. I'm
so
gonna say my
weird,
thoughts.
bro.
I'm gonna let y'all talk about it. I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
Yeah, E3. I'm gonna go
I
ahead
don't
and get
trust
it
Turkey
started.
McMahon, bro.
I'm gonna go ahead and get ahead for tomorrow night. Yeah, that look like the Last Supper right there, boy. Man. Man, they lining Bud up, man.
Man, I don't like this shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Fitz.
The 4-fight deal.
Bro,
So if
we
Canelo
disagree on
lose,
everything, bro. But I'm with you on this. I don't like what I've been seeing.
look at
Turkey
Canelo.
McMahon and Canelo.
He look like he knows something Bud don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yo, Crawford's looking a little brawlic. He's looking beefy.
Nah, the champ look good, man. He look like he filling out, to that weight. Champ looking real good, but hey, man, I hope he on his P's and Q's. It looked like he eating lasagna or pasta or spaghetti. I don't know what he
Yeah,
eating.
he's been
But
partying.
I hope
he's
he
been
checked the food, bro.
eating. He didn't
I
look
wouldn't
that
trust
sharp
these
in the
niggas,
shadow
bud.
boxing. He looked kind of.
You said what now?
He didn't look so sharp in that shadow boxing. I
Man,
know.
You crazy. Oh, you lost your rapid ass mind.
No, I'm not the only person to say that. I've been watching Bud for years.
It's a lot of idiots in the world.
Slippage.
Okay.
You
It's a lot of
seen some
idiots, bro. You
slippage,
ain't gotta be the
boxing
only nigga
nerd?
that say that.
Boxing nerd. What you seen in the shadow boxing? Slippage.
You look stiffer than usual, man. It's like that
Oh
weight.
my
It doesn't
God.
look good on him. That's just my personal opinion.
You don't think that was a warm-up clip? He was just warming up, getting loose, first day back in the gym.
It could be. It
It's
looked like he
impossible
hasn't
just
been in the
going
gym for months.
half
So since he been hanging with Boosie, he don't go to the gym every day no
No,
more.
they be drinking.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Come on,
You
man.
gonna pay for this shit, Fish. It's like, keep it coming. You gonna pay.
Yeah.
Man paying attention, man.
Yeah, Boogie Man. Yeah, I can't wait to see you.
Ring.
Terrence Bud Crawford. I can't wait to September 13th, boy.
Nigga, I can't wait until tomorrow, bro. I'm ready for this. What time the press conference come on, though? What's
The
happening?
press conference is, mark my words, it's going to be boring. You're not going to do nothing. Not going to say nothing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be boring, but I still want to see it, bro. I still want to see it.
That's true.
Bro, don't
I think
rain on our parade because your boy ducking, bro. Don't get upset with us because we get in a fight and your boy ducking the big fights. No, don't get
Ain't
mad at
nobody
us.
ducking. All right. I'll let you have it.
Nigga, talking about Bud looks slow.
Man,
I'm not the only one to say it. He didn't look like his fluid self.
Hey, what size is that ring?
Listen, boxing nerd. It was a lot of niggas that said Earl Smith was gonna whoop Terrence Crawford too. You do know that.
I wasn't one of them. So why are you bringing that to me?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just making a point. Like, hey, it's a lot of niggas say a lot of stupid shit all the time. They don't mean nothing to me.
And where are they now? We destroyed their entire fan base.
Oh, now it's we. Now it's we.
Oh, Lord. We don't
You
need
see that go?
that weak shit.
Remember?
Yeah, boxing nerd. Yeah, boxing
No
nerd
boxing
was.
nerd.
Yeah,
No
boxing
boxing
nerd was
nerd.
going at them heterosexuals.
E3, remember the day it happened? I came on your channel right after the fight, and I told them not to come to Bootside. They did not listen, and now they have infected and infested and destroyed Boots fan base. Now they're toxic.
Who you talking about, the Eurosexuals?
Yes, man.
How do you know?
You remember? I
How
told
do
you.
you know that a Boots fan was a former Earl or current Earl-sexual? How do
Because
you
of the
know that?
talking points, the craziness, the fandom. It's just, it's toxic. You could tell. You can smell them from a mile away. I'm like, I've known you before. You were somewhere else. You were dressing like somebody else. You were talking big fish, and nobody could touch him. His jab, the bone crusher, the eye socket snatcher. I remember these talking points.
So it's telling me that the press conference tomorrow is going to be at 1:30 Eastern. 1:30 p.m. our time, Fish, in the U.S.
At 2:30
2:30 on the East Coast. Yeah, 2:30 your time, Gold.
Yeah.
Not sure about your time, boxing nerd. You up there in Canada.
They ain't
But yeah,
got no
man,
clock.
it's going down.
Golden's in Atlanta, no?
I'm in
Yeah, in
Savannah.
ATL.
I'm in Savannah. Ain't no damn ATL. I'm by the
Okay.
KC.
So yeah, I'll be on Mr. Golden's
Your
time then.
country ass, my bad.
Like we're right above.
And
We're
he got
golden.
mad.
Country ass nigga.
That nigga took all that shit. I'm just,
Cut your cam on, D-Ray.
I'm just sitting back here relaxing, listen to y'all with the bullshit. Y'all just know when September 13th come, Buzz gonna beat that ass.
So
all I got.
what is gonna happen to the Bud Buddies if it doesn't go the way you think it's gonna go?
Hold on, boxing nerd. Before we answer you, bro, I seen some. Who are you picking now? Because I know we had some clicks before. You said I was a fool for picking Crawford over Canelo, but then after that piss poor performance that Canelo put on with William Skull, I seen you picking Crawford. So who are you picking now?
I've heard from today that it's an 18 by 18 rank. I'm gonna go with Canelo.
So you know that for a fact that it's a smaller ring.
Yeah, based on my sources.
So okay. So that's the only reason
I have some reliable sources. So based on that fact,
I don't trust Turkey McMahon, bro. 18 by 18, huh?
18 by 18. No running rule, no Tom and Jerry. Cat kissing the mouse.
Fish.
Forced to fight.
Fish might be in, Fish.
Man, Last Supper. Omaha Steaks.
Why you do this shit on the Crawford and Canelo fight, bro?
Yeah,
what this nigga Turkey got going on, man?
Yeah, we eat some Omaha Steaks, boy.
Oh my god. Hey, D-Ray, cut your cam on. I'll bring you on, bro. You got to cut your camera on, bro. No exceptions.
That continuous repetitive combination might be doing a little bit more damage than we expected.
Man, he gonna come in with that hot. Yeah, he gonna run in. He gonna be fighting like Pitbull Cruz against Bud.
Canelo, hold on. Rings. You said this came from your source, huh?
My
I
source.
ain't got no goddamn sauce.
He says
Hey, man, don't be hating, man. You don't know what's going on in Canada.
Our Canadian bacon is very resourceful.
Yeah, quick, stop your hating, Goldie.
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing yet.
That's just speculation.
Maybe they'll ask tomorrow what's gonna be the ring size. Who knows?
That is a lot of speculation.
That probably goes into what Turkey said about the Tom and Jerry rule being set apart. Like
he wasn't talking about Bud, no man. He wasn't talking about Bud. He would not talk about Bud.
Bud has been Jerry in the
what?
ring before. Victor Postal, he was moving like a mofo. What are you talking about?
That nigga beat the shit out of Victor Postal ass.
No, he did not.
That man beat the shit out of Postal.
But he was moving like a crazy man. What are you talking about?
That nigga beat the shit out of Postal. What? He was not Postal ass.
I'm not watching the same fight I was watching, bro.
Hey, Turkey McMahon saying that he don't want that Tom and Jerry shit is the equivalent of telling a pressure fighter not to come forward. You got to fight on your back foot. You can't tell a nigga how to box, bro. Can't tell a nigga how to box.
At the end of the day, bro.
You said what?
It is a fight, no?
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't want to see no Shakur shit. I don't want to see no Devin Haney versus Ramirez. I don't want to see that either. I'm with you, but I'm just saying, like, he can't make a nigga fight a certain way once they get in the ring. Like,
oh yes, he can. He gonna make that ring 18 by 18.
Well, I ain't talking about. I'm talking about the style of fighting. I'm not talking about the ring size. Of course, obviously they ain't got no control over that.
Shakur had an excuse. Devin didn't have an excuse.
Man, boy, I pray, I hope, boy, that he fight the same way Charlo did. Y'all gonna be sad as fuck.
No, definitely.
How he gonna do that in that small ass ring though, Big Fish? He ain't gonna have nowhere to go.
I thought y'all said he got great legs still.
No, but I'm saying, how he gonna be able to run in a small?
He can still move around. It just ain't gonna, it's gonna be less.
The last time I see that,
I don't think Bud gonna be doing a whole bunch of moving around. But you know, I'm gonna say
last time I see the 18 by 18 fight, 18 ring fight, it was Tim Tszyu versus Tony Harrison. That ended very badly.
I remember that fight. Yeah, they ended real bad. That nigga punched me.
If Crawford's defense is really as good as y'all saying it is, it shouldn't be a problem. He shouldn't be getting hit with 4 straight right hands. Madrigal. Sorry. Madrigal. Yeah.
Oh man, go ahead, that bullshit.
Who's coughing after you? Who started coughing?
Yeah, man. If Madrigal can touch that boy, I know Canelo can touch him.
But
That's big facts, E Thriller.
Tell Canelo to touch it then. Watch out Canelo get touched up. And I don't want y'all to do all that shit. I don't want y'all to do all that shit. Oh man, Crawford like that. I don't want to hear all that shit. Nigga.
Are you picking Crawford for a stoppage?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah, who me in China? He talking to you.
I'm picking him for the win, but it's a possibility he could stop him.
Based off what?
Huh? Man, you crazy. See, y'all always think Canelo this man that can't be dropped and can't be stopped. That's bullshit.
He ain't never been stopped and he ain't never been dropped. What you mean?
Shit,
it's not like he getting out. Earl Spence, Goldie. They said the same shit about Earl. They said the same shit about Jimmy Porter. You know, this is what they do. You know, and then when the boogeyman do it, it's gonna be a whole laundry list of excuses. You know, it's gonna be snacks. It was old. He was washed up. Oh, you know, he had bad knees. Oh, you know, Turkey set him up. Oh, you know, Victor Cunt. It's gonna be fun.
They gonna be all that shit.
So you're saying Triple G had 3 opportunities to try and stop Canelo, the biggest puncher.
3? I'm not counting that third fight, man.
yeah, boxing nerd, you tripping.
What is the last thing to leave a fighter? What is the last thing to leave a fighter? Power, no?
Yeah, talk about me enough, boy.
Nah, what's the last thing to leave a fighter?
This nigga said 3 fights with Triple G.
Triple G was 86 when he fought him the 3rd time, boxing nerd.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, boxing nerd. This nigga be tripping, man.
Hey, Fish, how many times did Triple G beat that nigga?
Shit, twice.
That's not true.
That's why I keep telling you Neanderthals, y'all trying to act like this gonna elevate Bud into God status after he win. This motherfucker go if he do win, he's beating somebody we seen beat plenty of times. So this shit ain't special.
Yes, it is. Too.
Yes, this shit hyped up because of Dana White and the WWF and Triple H and Turkey. That's the only reason why this shit hyped.
No. The reason why we're gonna say it's special because all y'all motherfuckers said Bud couldn't do it. Canelo
couldn't do what? What you mean? It's a whole lot of people who think he can. So what you talking about?
No, I'm not what you.
No, I'm not important. Don't make me
important. I don't like the angle you took. I would have approached it this way. They wanted Earl Spence to be in this position.
Yeah, that's
true.
They
were all for Earl Spence.
Yeah, that's true.
160 on the fight at the catchweight, Canelo and things like they wanted Earl Spence.
You gotta stop doing that.
I didn't want him to fight. I never
wanted him to be in this position.
No.
You gotta stop doing that.
If Earl Spence versus Canelo, if Earl Spence would have been fighting Canelo, bro, you would have lost your goddamn.
No, because I know what was gonna happen to him in the damn ring. No, I wouldn't. I'd have been like, "That's a bad match for you, Earl." That's what I would have said. Manny Pacquiao was the fight that I was crunk about. That's the fight.
Happy about the fight.
That was the fight.
Getting the fight.
What?
I mean, for what? I mean, no, I wouldn't, bro. You can't say that. You can't put that on me. You're making an assumption. You can't say that.
Bro, Big Fish, I know you. Nigga,
no.
Come on, Big Fish.
Nah, bro. Nah, that wouldn't have been a smart fight for him to take.
Nah, but I got a quick question though. If Manny Pacquiao did fight Earl and he made it to the fight without the eye injury, how would that fight have ended? In your personal opinion,
at that stage of Manny Pacquiao that lost to Ugas, I think Earl Spence would have beat him.
Stopped him?
I ain't gonna say stop him. I think he would have beat him. I don't know if he would have stopped him.
Like beat him up bad to the point where
I
he
ain't gonna
beat
say
him.
that. I just think he would have won. I ain't gonna disrespect Pacquiao, but I will think that the younger, fresher man would have won the fight. If Ugas did him like that,
What's your
I say
point,
he
though,
was.
Dr. Nerd?
I
Where
say he.
you going
I
with
say
this?
he was overtrained
No,
for
I
the
was just
Ugas fight.
wondering about your on that fantasy matchup because that's pretty much what it was at this point. Where is Earl? Why is he taking so? Can somebody talk? You guys, General Big Fish and E3, you guys are in his state. Why don't you guys go talk to him?
shit, and tell him what.
Why are you not back yet? Like, what
Did
are
you
you
see
doing?
what happened to him July 29th?
And did you hear what the last time I did a show about Earl Spence, it wasn't too long ago, bro. I did a whole show talking about Earl Spence. Because don't nobody else talk about Earl Spence no more. You know, the Earl sexuals, they didn't abandon that nigga. They didn't disappeared into the abyss. So, you know, I had to pop out and, you know, give Earl some words of encouragement and, you know, shit like that, bro.
That nigga
You
still high.
you were a piece of part of his downfall too. You made a 20-part series, dog.
19.
19. We never got to 20.
Yeah.
Bud
20
killed the
would have
20.
been the best, but you know, I showed him grace. So
I wouldn't have showed his ass shit.
yeah, I gave him grace, bro.
I wouldn't have showed his ass shit.
20 would have been bad. It would have been really bad.
It should have been bad. Should have been worse.
It should have been worse. Golden, you're horrible, man.
If it was up to me, it would be a part 30 right now.
Goddamn, yeah.
Part 30 or what?
Earl Spence, Duckn, Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, I could have made a lot more if I wanted to.
How, bro? He beat the shit out of him.
Nah, he would have not. He's Earl Spence shouldn't have fell for that bullshit ass negotiation bullshit. Once he walked away from the table, he should have never fucking looked back. That's why Boots better not fuck up and do what everybody want him to do. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, they're setting him up. You guys are setting him up.
Especially after the accident. Especially after the accident. Yeah.
What accident?
You know
Oh,
accident, man. Stop playing, Goldie.
So basically, what you're saying, Jaron Boots Ennis is going on a route that Earl Spence should have continued on.
Yeah, the Terrence Crawford / Earl Spence rap. Yeah, Pat exhibitions.
Padding the stats.
Yeah, pad the pocketbook.
Magazine.
That's their
Also,
job, man.
pad the stats.
These boxers' job is to make money, not to please the fans.
Yep.
Y'all still don't understand that.
Listen, I don't matter anyway, though, Big Fish, because I'm not paying for none of these fights anyway.
Yeah, nobody is. But you got to quit saying that on air, E3. E3, y'all got to stop bragging about that shit when they take it away. You gonna be looking goofy.
They're taking a
They
lot
ain't gonna take it away. They ain't
to
gonna be able to
find
take it away because the nigga gonna find a way around it. Bro. It's too much
Okay.
technology.
And I'll be here to support them and watch it through their
It's
apps.
too much technology for them to take this shit away.
Fire Stick Boys back outside. Is that what it's? That's the same.
I got a fire cube. My shit locked and loaded. Baked potato.
Your fire cubes in the crib.
Hey, because we get tired of the main event being a mismatch. We already know who the winner gonna be, and that continues from weekend to weekend.
Yep.
I don't expect anything different in September 13th.
How do we know the outcome? What do you mean?
See, this is looking for Vegas saying what Vegas got this fight set at.
Yo, by the time the fight comes, it's gonna be like -130 to -130. It's gonna be a draw.
Yeah. We'll see, man.
Besides, I don't know why Bud Buddies are gonna be like, oh, he's the greatest of all time when they know Canelo's lost like 1,000 steps.
Oh, here we go with the bullshit.
What I tell you, go. I tell you.
So you telling me Canelo's in
18
prime
by
form
18
currently?
ring though. 5 minutes ago, you was talking about this small ass ring.
No,
Why you keeping
I agree,
Canelo?
You
Now
guys gotta call
you're
Terrence
moving the
Crawford the
goalpost
greatest of
by
all
saying
time.
if
When
Bud
Canelo
wins.
is like a shell of himself.
I'm not saying Bud is the greatest of all time. I
Will
never
he
said I was
be
gonna
if
say
he
this.
beats Canelo?
But when have you ever heard me say that?
No, I just wanted your opinion on
I
that.
don't hear no shit about Canelo stuff, a shell of herself. I don't
He
want to
is
hear
a
that.
shell of himself, Mr. Golden.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Hey,
But
Bison
he
Nerd,
is.
Goldie said that Bud Crawford not in his prime right now the other night. So this is not the super fight that everybody trying to make it out to be. Is two fighters past their prime, just how Manny and Floyd was when they fought each other.
But
That's
it's
what
still
this
the
shit
best
is.
fight that we have on tap for 2025. Still
Not really.
Why it ain't?
It's the
What fight is
biggest
better than this?
names. It's the biggest name and
I
a
love the
big
best fight.
name.
But what fight is better than this one though, Big Fish?
Sure, let me look up the list.
That's
It's,
not had.
You should have it on the top of your head if you're gonna say it. Say it.
hey, Boston Nerd, you don't need to be helping him, man. We on the same fucking team. What's wrong with you?
Bitch, man, they can do it.
Boxing nerd know you saying some bullshit.
No, I'm not saying no bullshit. Tank versus Roach. This is gonna be
Man,
better
get
than
out of here,
that.
Big Fish. Stop.
Man, I know Big Fish. Big Fish just be trolling, man.
All right, you the one be trolling with we gotta have a live fact checker for you, boy, because you be saying anything. You talk about I be trolling at least. What I'm saying be 95% correct. You on the other hand, about
That shit, they
30%.
Hey, fellas, man, I'm about to have to get off of here, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Shout out to the chat.
man.
Shout out to the playback game. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm going to spin the block tomorrow and give y'all a live stream video on Crawford Canelo presser. It's going to be tomorrow night because shit, I ain't going to get off till like 5 or something. So look out for the I Said It podcast around 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock. It might be a late live, but I'm definitely coming on. Shout out to everybody that sent me a super chat. Shout out to everybody that sent me a cash app. Until next time, I'm gone.
I'm gone. All right, fellas.
Number 2 is I ain't shit without you. And what's number 3? I swear to God, I love every single one of you motherfuckers. Get home safe. Thank you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Goat thriller, back better, iller, pound for pound. Killing these topics with analytics, silencing all the critics, trying to bite the style they get sun like children. YouTube villain, podcast killing, so antagonistic and prolific with the swiftness. Make sure you make weight before you trying to debate. Yeah, I said it and I never hesitate. Hit them with hooks cause these rooks took the bait. Start the show cause goats never hesitate. Ducking smoke, got them sweating at they toxins.
Yeah,
Goat
see.
thriller, cleaning up the sport of boxing. Aight then.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I fucking wait. I am the greatest. Yeah, I said it.